After playing in Southern California last week, Bill Callahan's Huskers are glad to be back in Lincoln. Tonight, playing in front of the home fans, it's the Huskers against Troy, next on FSN.
The Huskers went on the road last week to face the USC Trojans. A 28-10 loss wasn't what Bill Callahan had in mind.
Let's just stay focused on what we got to get done week to week, and we know the challenges ahead are going to be great.
The Huskers look to rebound tonight against another Trojan squad. Troy travels to Lincoln 1-2 and feels like they could play spoiler. However, running backs by committee and a front seven that's tough is ready and waiting to defend their home turf. It's the Troy Trojans and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Next on FSN.
Husker fans have been filing in over the last hour and a half to make up part of the 278th sellout crowd here at Memorial Stadium. And just moments ago, there's a local air show going on here, and some F-117s buzz the stadium, piloted by Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Williams of Pawnee City and Captain Brent Wells of Beatrice, Nebraska. They are all ready to witness the 23rd ranked Huskers take on the Troy Trojans here at Memorial Stadium. Good evening, Greg Sharp, along with former Husker star Matt Davison. And the key phrase around Lincoln all week long has been bounce back. Nebraska coming off that loss out at USC last week. But, Matt, getting ready to play again, that's a key thing. And Bill Callahan feels like his club had a lot of positives out of that game.
Well, that's right, Greg. And it's not always easy to bounce back from a loss, but maybe easier to bounce back from a loss against a team that could win the national championship this year in USC. Nebraska did take some positives out of that game, one being it was a very physical game. That's the kind of game they're going to have to play tonight against these Troy Trojans.
11-point game with about 8 to go in that one as well. Bill Callahan, we sat down with him earlier this week. He said his club has put last week behind him because they know they'll need to play well tonight against Troy.
I'm really positive about, how we've addressed, the USC game and how we've moved on into Troy University. And Troy's such an outstanding team in terms of what they've done on the road. When you look at their ability to take Georgia Tech to the wire into the fourth quarter and Florida State down deep into the fourth quarter, this is a team that gets your immediate attention. And they have our respect. And we're certainly going to prepare hard because they're the type of team that's capable of knocking off anybody.
A lot has been written and said this week about Nebraska's game plan last week out at USC. Zach Taylor in his second year as the quarterback of the Huskers. They didn't use him a lot throwing the football, but he is still a fine quarterback and will be a big part of the plan tonight.
Yeah, that's right. And Bill Callahan thought last week, Greg, that the best chance for Nebraska to win that game was to put the ball on the ground. They ran it 36 times and only threw it 17 times. One was by the punter. Zach Taylor threw it 16 times. I think you're going to see Nebraska put the ball in the air much more tonight.
Well, one of the reasons you run with the football is because the Huskers are very comfortable with their backfield. 4 backs that they have rotated through the first 3 games, and it's kind of been backfield by committee for Nebraska.
Marlon Lucky will start the game just as he has all season, but Cody Glenn, Kenny Wilson, and Brandon Jackson all bring small things to the table. They'll all play tonight. They'll all play the rest of the season. A lot of depth at running back for Nebraska.
Last week it was the Trojans of USC. Tonight the Trojans of Troy. Not as sexy a name, but a formidable foe tonight. Let's bring in Dan McLaughlin from down on the sideline. Dan?
Well, guys, Coach Callahan all week said bounce back and also watch out. Dangerous team in his opinion tonight. The reason why? Troy very battle-tested. A couple of years ago on the road at Missouri, they beat the Tigers, so they know they can beat a Big 12 team. Let's take a look at the schedule and some of the opponents that they have seen over the years. It has been unbelievable. Just this season alone, they led Florida State at Florida State 17-10 in the fourth quarter. They lost that game 24-17. They were tied 14-14 with Georgia Tech entering the fourth quarter, eventually lost that game. Next season doesn't get any easier. Names like Georgia and Florida gets tougher and tougher, but they know it's a tough test tonight and a test for Bill Callahan's club. Guys?
All right, thank you, Dan. There's so many traditions surrounding Nebraska football. One of the best is the tunnel walk, which happens here at Memorial Stadium before every home game. Matt is a former player for Nebraska. What is that experience like?
Well, for those fans that have been in Memorial Stadium and seen the tunnel walk, they know the electricity that brings to this stadium. As a player, you come out of that locker room, you can't help but be ready to play when they take the field. It's a very special experience.
Because of the additions to the stadium, they've actually moved the tunnel walk from one end of the stadium to the other. One thing that did go with it is the horseshoe that every player touches before they enter that tunnel.
That's right. Every player goes out. They hit the horseshoe on the way out of the tunnel. It's a special experience for these guys. That tradition will never be broken.
Well, it is certainly one of the great traditions of college football. The fans certainly enjoy it. They're able to put it up on the big jumbotrons here. And in fact, Nebraska has a brand new gigantic jumbotron that they have installed here this past year. And the fans get to really get some chills before the players can walk out onto the field. And you can see some of the jumbotron action as they get ready to have the players leave the locker room and come on out here to the field. Certainly has to be a chilling experience for a player, and I would guess if you're on the kickoff team, wow, you certainly could get going.
Boy, that gets you ready to go. Those guys that are on the kickoff team, they've never been filled with as much adrenaline as they'll be filled with as they come out of that tunnel tonight.
Beautiful new facilities here in Lincoln. They've added on to that side of the stadium. It is just absolutely plush and first class, and I know a great addition to Husker football.
And that's one of the most exciting things right there, is to stand there and wait. You know everyone out there in the stadium's ready to have you take the field. We're about to see it right now.
Well, last week Nebraska certainly was a part of one of the great cathedrals of college football, the Coliseum in L.A., but Memorial Stadium here in Lincoln does not take a backseat to anything in college football for the way they can put on a game day experience. And part of that is just, as you saw the look at the crowd, everyone wears red when they come to a game here in Nebraska. And Matt, as a former player, again, just to be a part of the great tradition and seeing all the fans. And now we're going to take you down underneath the Osborne Athletic Complex. Sit back, watch, and listen to a great tradition in college football. One of those great hair-raising experiences in auto sports, a tunnel walk at Nebraska. We've got college football straight ahead here on FSN. Nebraska against Troy, the final non-conference game for the Huskers from here in Lincoln at Memorial Stadium. Football, college football, coming up next here on FSN. Welcome back to Lincoln, Nebraska. The Huskers getting set to entertain the Troy Trojans. Overcast skies here in Lincoln tonight. There is a chance for some slight rain later in the evening, but dry so far. Nebraska's third home game of the year. They have had rain the first two home games of the season. Huskers bring a 23rd ranking from the AP at number 24 in the coaches poll. Coached by third-year man Bill Callahan. 15-11 as the field general of the Huskers. The Troy Trojans, Larry Blakeney, their head coach. 16th year all-time winningest coach. 120 victories at Troy. Guided that program from Division II to 1AA to now 1A football. Troy won the toss, deferred until the second half, so Nebraska will take the football to begin this game.
You'll be able to tell, Greg, by the first hit in this game, Troy will not be intimidated by this atmosphere. They've been on the road already this year a couple of times to hostile environments. So we'll see a couple big-time collisions right here on the opening kickoff.
Greg whips to kick it off for Troy. The approach on the boot. Headed to the far side of the field. That is Kenny Wilson with it at the 10. Wilson has a seam to the 20, 25, and caught from behind. Huskers will take over at their own 27-yard line after a 27-yard return by the junior college transfer Kenny Wilson. Huskers quarterback by Zach Taylor, the senior out of Norman, Oklahoma. He's completing 68% of his passes so far this year. Has 7 touchdowns. Has only been picked 1 time so far this season. And as you can see, currently 6th on the all-time Husker passing list, with a chance tonight to jump into the 5th spot. So he'll engineer the Huskers tonight. 1st and 10, Nebraska at their own 27. They shift to an off I. It's Lucky on the carry off the right side and stopped on a short gain just shy of the 30-yard line. Offensive line for Nebraska minus Kurt Mann yet again this week. Brett Byford will start at center. Big homecoming for him. He grew up in Alabama. Patrick and Slauson are the tackles. Backs and receivers for the Husky. Saw that Lucky had the first carry of the game. Nunn, Swift, the wideouts, and Matt Harrion in the tight end spot for Nebraska. 2nd down and 8 for Nebraska at their own 30. Tater straight back. Has time. Pass complete. 1st down for Nebraska. Catch made by J.B. Phillips, the tight end. 8-yard pickup, and Nebraska moves the chains.
First 2 plays of the game, you see Nebraska shifting a lot, trying to really confuse that defense of Troy. J.B. Phillips goes in motion towards the sideline, runs a simple stop route. Troy was backing off there in the secondary. Zach Taylor was able to get him the ball.
1st and 10, Nebraska. Again, the shift of the formation. Purified. One of the men in motion. That's Dane Todd. Handoff. Lucky. Gets about 5 on 1st down. Again, a good hold by Nebraska's offensive line up front. Troy defensively, they have been scrappy in their first 3 games this year. Kenny Maynor, an outstanding player at that defensive end spot. He's one to watch. He took over for DeMarcus Ware, who was a draft pick of the Cowboys a couple of years ago. The linebacking core has been riddled with injuries so far. Randy Underwood is a true freshman at one of those linebacking spots. And in the secondary, they like their corners, McKelvin and Mack. And Brandon Condren is also an outstanding safety. Flag fly. That'll be a penalty on the Huskers. Matt Slauson moved early.
Boy, that's just something that'll drive a coach crazy.
So after the 5-yard gain on 1st down, Nebraska will have 2nd and 10. Here's the Trojans' defensive backfield. I mentioned McKelvin is an outstanding corner, and they also like Elbert Mack, a junior college transfer from Butler County, and then Brandon Condren, a safety who had 13 tackles last week for the Trojans in their game against Georgia Tech. Nebraska, double tight end set on 2nd and 10. And off to Lucky off the right side, and Marlin fighting forward. That's a gain of an 8-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and short for Nebraska.
That's the biggest difference between Marlon Lucky this year and Marlon Lucky last year. They didn't feel like he hit the hole quickly. They weren't able to run in between the tackles as much as they wanted him to. You can see right there going off the tackle. Really gets yards after contact. This year much tougher with the football than he was last year as a freshman.
Running off that right side behind the blocks of Huff and Slauson that time. It'll be 3rd down and a short 2 for Nebraska. There's the handoff to Lucky, and he may be short of that 1st down marker.
I think by the spot he is going to be short. Looked like he lost his footing. There was a little hole there. He fell down. That's going to have a 4th and really short here early for Bill Callahan. A decision to make.
And that decision looks like go for it. Bill Callahan having a chat with the official about that spot. So an early gamble here for Nebraska. 4th and short near midfield. Phillips in motion. And Peterson. Long count by Zach Taylor. Trying to block Troy outside. Game of Nebraska.
Trying to get that defensive line with the hard count, get them to jump and have an automatic 1st down. They weren't biting, and that doesn't make the crowd here in Memorial Stadium happy. They wanted to see Nebraska go for it.
Well, they get the timeout called before the delay of game. And you can see Bill Callahan here. Watch across the field. There he is. He leans over. One of the nice things in college football that they've gone to the last few years is the ability for the coach to call the timeout, and that saves Nebraska's from getting a 5-yard penalty there.
Zach Taylor didn't call that timeout, obviously, so you can tell they've talked about that before the game. That's a situation where Bill Callahan will call the timeout instead of having the quarterback do it.
Let's send you down to the field. Dan McLaughlin.
Well, Greg, you talked about it. The fact that Troy is banged up a little bit, Nebraska banged up front. Now, Bill Callahan all this week was saying that individually Troy is quick and they've got very good speed. Injuries, though, have been a part of this. It's really come into a storyline of this game. Mainly, you're talking about Marcus Richardson. And you mentioned it, Greg, the fact that linebacking core is really messed up right now for Troy. Broken collarbone against Georgia Tech. He will sorely be missed. Now, for Nebraska, Kurt Mann out for the 3rd straight week. Brent Byford replaces him at center. Big loss for the Huskers offense, and this would be a Mann's 3rd year starting at the offensive line, at least at the center position. By the way, he was let out of the hospital earlier this past week, so that's good news for Husker fans.
Yeah, they'd love to get him back on the field as soon as possible. He is such a key part of the offense. When you lose that trigger guy at the center who makes a lot of those calls up front for the linemen.
Yeah, and after doing it for 3 years, he's very comfortable with this offense, with the offensive scheme. He tells everybody what to do on each play. Troy runs that 4-3 defense. It's important that everybody on the offensive line knows what their assignment is going into each play.
There's a good look at Larry Blakeney. 120 victories as the head coach at Troy in his 16th season. And what a job to navigate his team from Division II to 1AA to Division I. That's a lot to load on a guy in a 16-year span, but he has done it with flying colors. 4th and short. Huskers still going to go for it here. And Kenny Wilson's the eye back on this play. On the top sweep, Wilson's got the first down. Lowers that shoulder. Good pursuit by Troy. Josh Maxwell, middle linebacker, able to tackle that time for the Trojans. But the Huskers get the first down. Matt on 4th down.
Nebraska likes to go to that bunch formation on the left side of the line there. Throw the pitch play to Kenny Wilson, who got a lot of work last week. Marlon Lucky was a little unlucky on a play where he got his arm hurt, trapped underneath the pile. So Kenny Wilson had to go on and finish the game as Marlon was on the sidelines.
Lucky back in there as the back. Taylor back to throw. Looks, sets, throws, pass, complete. Pickup of about 9 on the play. Josh Mueller makes the catch.
Another play where a tight end for Nebraska is in motion, gets close to the sideline, runs a simple stop route. If the defender is going to retreat, Zach Taylor's going to find him out there in the flat. And in that situation, you have a big tight end going against a small cornerback. He makes him miss. He can get up the sideline.
2nd and short for Nebraska. Lucky again, the lone back behind Taylor. And off the reverse to Nunn. Terrence avoids one tackle and then gets slammed to the turf. Nice tackle, open field tackle by Condren of Troy.
And that's a good example of the speed and quickness you see from this Troy defense. As you look at film on this defense, it's really tough to run outside any stretch plays, any plays that get strung out towards the sideline. It's tough with that speed that they have. I think Nebraska, you're going to see them run it right at this defensive line as Nebraska outweighs them by nearly 40 pounds a man.
3rd and 2 from the Troy 41. Taylor rolls the pocket, pass complete. Nunn slips inside the 35. Terrence Nunn has now caught a pass in 17 straight games. Quickly closing on the number 2 position all time in Nebraska, held by Matt Davis. We've got a few weeks left.
That's right. A nice play here. Big catch on a 3rd down. Nice catch with his hands, Terrence Nunn. Most reliable receiver on this offense. Zach Taylor looks for him in big situations.
Nebraska opening drive of the game. They've chewed up 5.5 minutes of this first quarter clock. They have it 1st and 10 from the Troy 34. Lucky's got a big hole. 30, 25. Lucky may go. 15, 10. 5 touchdown. Huskers. 34-yard touchdown run for Marlon Lucky. His 3rd touchdown dash of the season.
And a great job by the right side of the offensive line of Nebraska. Really closing down the defense on their left side, and a big block from Dane Todd on the edge. That gets Marlon Lucky to the corner, and with his speed, you're not going to catch him. That's the longest run of the season for Marlon Lucky.
Very effective, time-consuming drive of the Huskers to take a 6-0 lead. And Jordan Congdon will come on and try to tack on one more point as the balloons are flying here at Memorial Stadium. Snap down, the kick is up. And good. 7-0 Nebraska. An impressive opening drive here for the Huskers. Mostly on the ground, and quite a bit of it by Marlon Lucky, including the final 34 yards. Huskers lead it 7-0. We talked about running back by committee. That committee meeting now after a successful opening drive of this game for the Huskers, including the 34-yard bolt by Marlon Lucky to score.
Great job by the right side of the offensive line of Nebraska, and then the fullback Dane Todd gets a huge block. Marlon Lucky, before this run, his previous long 13 yards this season. I think Nebraska fans have been waiting to see him get in the open field, use that world-class speed that he has. Usually when he gets the corner, no one's going to catch him. You can see it there. When he gets the sideline, it's 6 points. He's taking it to the hut.
Nebraska 10-1 under Bill Callahan when they score first. Their one loss last week to USC. There's a look at your scoring drive. Very effective. Most of it on the ground. Zach Taylor was 3 of 3 throwing the football in that opening drive. Here's the low lining kick. Scooped up by Elbert Mack. He gets up near the 30. Flags fly. We have a block in the back after the 13-yard return by Mack. Our referee tonight, Drew George. It is a Big 12 crew working this game here in Lincoln tonight.
It's going to push Troy back most likely, and part of the reason Nebraska chose to kick it on the ground on the kickoff was because Leotis McKelvin is so talented kicking on kickoff returns.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
You can see the takedown by Troy's Marlo East, bringing down Ricky Tenarce. So Troy backed up to begin this drive, their own 12. They run the spread offense here at Troy, much like Texas Tech, a lot of the same principles. Omar Hogebook is the quarterback. Back to throw, out the flat, pass complete. 7-yard pickup on the play for Troy.
Pass complete to number 5, Smokey Hampton.
Pass was caught by Smokey Hampton. Omar Hogebook, who was a junior college transfer, played at Dodge City Junior College. 60% completion percentage, has thrown 6 touchdown passes, but he has been picked off 6 times so far this year. Troy will hardly run this football. They don't use tight ends in most of their sets. Hogebook around the side has a first down as he tiptoes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He does have pretty good foot speed. Up front for Troy, 4 of their 5 starters up front are seniors, anchored by Zach Henzer, the center. So a very experienced offensive line for the Trojans. Running backs and wide receivers, again, they don't run the football very much. Josh Allen will run some, Marlo East a little bit, but Hampton, Rutledge, and Banks do a lot of running and catching of the football for these Trojans. First and 10, Troy at their own 25. Trip to the near side. Hogebook hit as he throws. Pass incomplete. I don't know that I see a receiver. And this may be intentional grounding as the flag comes out. Jay Moore putting on the heat for Nebraska.
There's going to be a bubble screen out to the right side for Troy, and Nebraska had it covered well. So Hogebook decided to just look like throw it straight into the ground. Didn't have a receiver in the area. Knew he was going to take a sack. He's lucky it didn't hit an offensive lineman, or it would have been illegal touching.
Second down.
So a couple of early penalties on this drive. One on the kickoff and now one on first down here. That'll make it 2nd and 15 for the Troy Trojans. Second about 16. Put it at the 19-yard line.
When that's something you just can't do when you go on the road in an environment like this. Can't take penalties.
Throw out the flat, deflected, incomplete. Troy is fortunate that did not get intercepted. Was it Moore that tipped it?
I think Jay Moore might have got a hand on it, and looked like Stuart Bradley might have had a chance at an interception there, and that would have been 6 points the other direction. You're going to see offensive sets and inside screens, bubble screens, jailbreak screens, and they will throw it down the football field too. So you're going to see a little bit of everything in the passing game from Troy tonight.
3rd and 16 for the Trojans at their own 19. Hogebook will hand off out of this formation. And a gain across the 25 up to about the 28 by Anthony Jones. An 8-yard pickup, but it will not be enough for a first down, and Troy will be forced to punt.
Third and that many yards. Nebraska willing to give up the 8-yard run there to get them into fourth down. Nebraska will get the football back. Terrence Nunn will be back returning punts for Nebraska tonight. He's had a nice season this year so far. Hasn't quite broken one yet. You can see the potentials there on every single return.
Jason Wright to boot it away for Troy, averaging 37 yards a kick this season. Huskers setting up for the return. End over end kick. It's going to bounce at the Nebraska 30. Nunn scoops it up and then brought down. Good coverage by Troy. 47-yard punt on the play. Nebraska, as most coaches, likes to try to limit turnovers. Take care of the ball. We talked to Bill Callahan about that very subject.
Number one, ball security, and that's an area that we've taken a great amount of pride as a program in trying to establish. I think we've only turned the ball over 3 times this year, and that's a goal. And one time is way too many for us. So that's one area that you've got to really establish if you're going to win and beat a team like Troy. And if you watch Troy on defense, they've been opportunistic. They turned the ball over down at Florida State. They turned the ball over at Georgia Tech. They've done an outstanding job on the defensive side of the ball, creating the turnovers.
There you saw Kenny Wilson maybe a step away from breaking that one. It's about a 9-yard pickup on first down.
Already we've seen 2 of those 4 running backs for Nebraska. Brandon Jackson actually saw some action too, so 3 out of the 4 plays. And you could see here Kenny Wilson 1 step away from getting to the sideline, and he, along with Marlon Lucky, has that great burst, that great breakaway speed if they get into the open field.
Brandon Condren, the strong safety, saved the touchdown on that play. 2nd and short for Nebraska. And off again to Wilson. He has the first down across the 40, bent back at the 42. Matt, last week the Huskers only had 68 yards rushing. They already have 66 yards rushing here tonight.
Kenny Wilson was one of the guys that got a lot of touches last week. Really finishes every run. You'll hear about that from Coach Callahan when you ask him about these running backs. Kenny Wilson really runs with a lot of tenacity. He finishes every run. He gets yards after contact. Nice addition to this team coming in from junior college.
Zach Taylor going to be out of the shotgun in this play. 1st and 10, Nebraska at their own 42. Taylor has time. Down the field, pass complete. Nate Swift makes a terrific leaping catch, 28-yard pickup of the play.
You can hear the big roar from Nebraska fans. They wanted to see a little bit more of that last week. Nebraska was running it a lot. Nate Swift wasn't a part of the offense last week, but a very talented receiver out of Hutchinson, Minnesota. Runs right down the seam. And a strike thrown by Zach Taylor. Nice gain on the play.
Nebraska on the march again, already up 7-0 here in the first quarter in Lincoln. 1st and 10 from the Troy 30. Wilson, the lone back behind Taylor. Takes the pitch. Blocking out in front. There's a flag on the play. Wilson with a short gain. Flag came from the backside of the formation.
When Nebraska goes to that bunch formation on one side of the line of scrimmage, on one side of their line, they like to run that pitch toss play. They do it again here, but it looks like it might be a holding call.
Chop block, number 62 on the offense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, still first down.
Look at Andy Christensen with that call there. That's an expensive penalty. March the ball back to the 45. 5:31 left first quarter, 7-0. Nebraska with a lead on Troy.
Looks like Christensen didn't get his head across. That's why that call is made. You can chop block in the interior line, but he didn't get his head across in front of the defender. Hit him in the back of the leg. That's why it's a chop, almost a clip inside the interior line.
1st and 25 for Nebraska. Again, Taylor out of the shotgun. Sets, throws, pass, caught. Franz Hardy out of bounds at the 24. A pickup of 21. There is a flag on the play, and it's against Nebraska, so wipe that one off.
Still first down.
Nebraska going the wrong direction because of the hankies right now.
And a holding call on that offensive line You can see Zach Taylor's on the money tonight, throwing the football, but they're going the wrong direction, like you said. You just can't have penalties like that. France Hardy trying to give his team a little bit of pep talk there and saying we're all right, but boy, 1st and 35 yards to go.
Look at that last play. See if he can pick up a hold.
Hard to see who it was in there.
Taylor again out of the shotgun here. The 3rd penalty of the night on Nebraska. Taylor gets his snap, has plenty of time. Still looking, guns it downfield, has Swift again, makes a catch, 20, 15, sidesteps a defender, inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line. 50-yard pass play, Taylor to Swift.
And great patience in the pocket there from Zach Taylor. His 1st, 2nd, and 3rd options were not there. And for Nate Swift, a good job moving. Once the play had developed, continuing across the defensive formation, Zach Taylor steps up in the pocket, throws a strike, and a good job of not going out of bounds there for Nate Swift. Let the defenders run past, almost stuck it into the end zone.
Credit that offensive line for giving Taylor that much time. 1st and goal, Nebraska, the ball at the 6. Wilson, the eye back. Back to throw is Taylor. Man wide open, pass, caught, touchdown, J.B. Phillips. And Nebraska leads 13-0.
And when you run the ball as effectively as Nebraska has here in this 1st quarter, the first time they go to a play-action fake, there's J.B. Phillips wide open, out in the flat, and a strike thrown by Zach Taylor.
Well, anyone worried about a letdown, put that behind them after this start.
A lot of energy from this offense in the 1st quarter, Greg. Besides the penalties, they've been a fine-tuned machine here in the 1st quarter.
Jordan Congdon to try to make it 14-0 Nebraska. Snap down, a kick is up, and a kick is good. That is 49 straight point after attempt made by Jordan Congdon. J.B. Phillips, his 2nd touchdown catch of the season, has put Nebraska in front 14-0 here at home. 2 drives to start this game, both for touchdown for Nebraska.
We talked about Nebraska having to bounce back from a loss. And one of the things about when you go on the road, you play a team like USC, it makes you a better team. When you go out and play the best in the country, a team that's top tier in college football, it makes you a better team. Nebraska learned a lot last week from going out there. They stuck in there. It was still a game in the 3rd and 4th quarter. I think they took a lot out of that game. You could see that didn't hurt their confidence at all. They come out here tonight playing with a lot of poise and confidence and running the ball, throwing the ball. Zach Taylor's been on the money. So great start for this offense here in the 1st quarter.
I'm not sure J.B. Phillips will be more open than he was on that play. I mean, there wasn't a defender within 10 yards of him.
And that goes to show you right there what a running game will do for you. And that's what last week Nebraska wasn't able to get going. Only 68 yards on the ground last week. So already here in the 1st quarter, they've run for more than that. And when you can run the ball, it just sets up everything in your offense. The play action, you can do practically anything you want on offense when you're getting big chunks of ground with the running game.
Well, you saw the paint job on that fan a moment ago. You couldn't have painted a better start to this game for Nebraska with 2 opening possessions, both leading to 6 points. Jordan Congdon gets it teed up. Leotis McKelvin back deep for Troy. Leotis averages 18 yards at kickoff. Last year against South Carolina, he had a 100-yard return for a score against Steve Spurrier's Gamecocks. Nebraska again with a ground ball kick. Scooped up, fumble, ball's loose. McKelvin, I think, gets it back for Troy. Saving disaster there. They'll take over at their own 23-yard line. So Nebraska well aware of McKelvin's abilities.
That's why they're squibbing it down the middle.
Nebraska defensively, their strength should be their front 7, and that front 4 has been dynamite throughout their career. Jay Moore's already had an impact tonight. A deflection and a hurry. Ian Carricker have wreaked havoc so far this year for Nebraska. Linebacker Stuart Bradley had a heck of a game against SC last week with 10 tackles. Anchors that through. Hogabrook throws it out in the flat. Pass is caught by Allen. Allen gets a couple in the play. There is a flag on the far side of the field.
80, Josh
Home of the line judge.
Wrapped up on the play by number 13, Corey McEwen. Number 34.
See what our call is from our Big 12 officiating crew. Huskers offside, so that'll Troy will take that and get 1st and 5.
Penalty flag on the play.
I think he pointed the wrong direction, Greg. I think it was supposed to be false start on the offense.
Oh yeah.
Illegal scrimmage formation on the offense.
You're right.
Not enough men on the line of scrimmage. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still 1st down.
You're all over that. You called the mistake of the officials. They are known to make mistakes.
It's happened a few times already this season, hasn't it? I've heard all about that.
That'll make it 1st and 15 for Troy. Again out of this spread formation. Hogabook trying to run with it, but he's wrapped up and brought down. Carricker, and another flag comes out.
Another tackle for a loss for Adam Carricker. Dominates that defensive line. You talked about the front 7 being really the staple of this defense. With an offense like Troy, they like to spread you out all across the field.
Illegal scrimmage formation on the offense. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Back to back, same penalty on Troy. Again, you can watch Carricker come from the side of your screen. That's a scary sight for a quarterback.
Oh man, have a guy that big that can run that well coming at you isn't fun for a quarterback.
1st and 20. They hand it off out of this formation. That is Jones. Scoots out of bounds at about the 25. It's a 10-yard pickup on
Josh Allen.
that play.
Pushed out of bounds.
Nebraska declined that penalty after the sack by Carricker.
One of the things that can be the most potent part of an offense like this is when you spread everybody out across the field. That really creates running lanes. No lane this time, so Jones just bounces it to the outside. You see that great speed. Makes it into a nice gain, and now a 3rd down that you can handle. 3rd and 8 instead of 3rd and 16.
Hogabook looking over the Husker defense. Back to throw. Guns, pass, caught for a 1st down. Nice patience by Hogabook that time as he waits for Marlowe East to come across the middle. 10-yard pickup, and Troy gets a 1st down.
For Hogabook, standing in the pocket that time, really had a lot of patience. Marlowe East out there in the slot, just run a nice drag route across the middle of the field. Looked like Andrew Shanley was there a little bit early, but he still made the catch. Nice catch by East, and nice delivery from Hogabook to stand in the pocket and take a hit from Adam Carricker.
There was some courage shown there because you knew he had to be in his mind, the clock going, I got to get rid of this football here. 1st and 10 Troy at the 35. Hogabook out on the flat. Pass caught up to the 20. Knocked out of bounds by Andrew Jones.
Number 21, Andrew Davis.
As Andrew Davis makes the catch for the Troy Trojans.
That was one of those bubble screens we talked about. You're going to see a bunch of those tonight. You're going to see them from every different set. Short side of the field, the wide side of the field. Like to throw those short passes. That's their running game.
2nd down, 3 for Troy. Late 1st quarter, 14-0 Huskers. Hogabook sets, throws, batted away, complete.
Corey McEwen got his hand in there, knocked the pass away.
Corey was on the spot that time. Junior linebacker for the Huskers. And that'll be 3rd and short for Troy. Well, the Huskers last year, late in the season, got so beat up in that linebacking core, they got to play a lot of different people. Bradley gets hurt, Octavian gets hurt. Hardly had anybody left for the bowl game, but they got a lot of experience, and now they have a lot of depth at that spot.
Right, a lot of depth. One of the strengths of this defense is the linebacking core.
And somebody flinched up front for Troy. That'll cost the Trojans 5 yards.
False start, number 75 on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still 3rd down.
Now that's on Danny Franks, a redshirt freshman, playing a lot tonight because James Gardner at guard is banged up. They didn't know how long he could go, and so Franks is in there, and he flinches there, costing the Trojans 5 yards.
Just a little movement there, but enough to get a flag, and that moves you back. And Now instead of a 3rd and short, you're in a 3rd and long with 3rd and 8 yards to go. Not a situation this offense wants to see themselves in too much tonight.
Overbook and shotgun. Gets the snap. Throws it downfield. Got a man down there. The pass is caught. Big play is Taurus Rutledge. Makes the catch. He got behind the Nebraska secondary. There is a flag down. Back down. It may be a personal foul. Roughing the passer on Nebraska.
Holding, number 71 on the offense. 10 yards
Or
from the previous
holding
spot.
on.
Still 3rd down.
On Troy. Wow, that negates a huge pickup for Troy as Rutledge got behind that Nebraska secondary for 38 yards, but take it off the board.
I thought that was going to be a roughing call against Carricker. I'll take the blame on that one, Greg.
You talked me into
A
it.
nice call. A good call if you're a Nebraska fan. That's going to move Troy back, but a strike was thrown by Hogabook. And Rutledge has that great speed, big wide receiver, got down the middle of the field. Might have been a broken coverage for Nebraska because he was wide open when the ball was in the air.
5th penalty of the night on Troy. Wipes out a huge gain for the Trojans. Empty backfield. A handoff out of this formation as Gary Banks gets a couple, but not nearly enough. The Husker defense is held thanks to the holding penalty, and they'll get the football back.
A little bit of an ugly game to start here for Troy. Bunch of penalties. You're just not going to go on the road into an environment like this and win when you're putting yourself in 3rd down and long situations and getting your team penalized, making some mental mistakes. Those things can't happen if you're going to hope to pull off an upset.
Final 2 minutes of the opening quarter. Jason Wright, 2nd punt of this game. Terrence Nunn deep for the Huskers. Nebraska comes after it. Flag comes out. Nunn makes a fair catch at the 26. Now, will it be running or roughing the kicker here? My guess is it'll be running. 44-yard punt, no return.
Well, Nebraska was definitely coming after that punt, trying to get the block. You see the odd formation there for Troy with the big splits. Nebraska loaded up the middle of the defensive line.
Running into the kicker on the receiving team, 5-yard penalty.
The Troy coaching staff not happy at all. They wanted the 15 variety.
They thought that was a roughing call. Let's see how much of a collision there was here. That's one of those that's just the official gets to make his call on it. Just a 5-yard penalty, so Troy will still have to punt the ball.
Oh, yeah, if I'm Bill Callahan, I'm putting it back, punt it again. That only resulted in a fair catch for Terrence Nunn. Huskers were certainly coming after this.
With the big splits in that offensive line on the punt formation, Nebraska puts 5 defenders right there in the middle, go right over the top of the deep snapper. Have 5 defenders against 3 guys protecting for the punting team. Number 49, 5-on-3, they might be able to break through that wedge and get a hand on the ball, block it, maybe run it in for a touchdown.
I'm surprised that Troy's going to kick this one again just to get the 5 yards. They got a 44-yard kick, no return. Nebraska's going to set up for the return this time. Right with good highs, kick. Nunn makes a catch at the 19 and then trapped and dropped down. So good decision by Troy. They pick up about 10 yards of possession by taking that penalty. 45-yard punt, a -1 on the return for Nunn, and the Huskers get it back for the 3rd time. Up 14-0 here late first quarter.
Nebraska's offense so far in 2 possessions just stuffed it down the field on this Troy defense. Speed and athleticism on this Troy defense, but not a lot of size up front, which results in Nebraska having the big advantage, able to run the ball. Zach Taylor has been spotless so far running this offense.
Huskers shift around. Lucky the one back behind Taylor. 1st and 10 for the 18. Play action. Taylor out the flat. Swift makes a catch, short gain. Nice tackle in the flat.
Little misdirection. Taylor took the snap, faked the handoff to Swift, then ran a little bootleg and tried to get the ball out in the flat to Swift, and a nice play.
Tavares Williams.
Tavares Williams, nice open field tackle.
Yeah, the free safety for Troy made a nice play there. He had an interception last week against Georgia Tech. Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Nebraska. Taylor straight back. That's covered up. He'll run with the football and gets lassoed at the 25, a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and short on what should have been the final play of this first quarter. A very productive first quarter for Nebraska offensively with 2 scores.
Every time Zach Taylor tucks the ball and runs up the middle of the field, Nebraska fans kind of hold their breath until he jumps up and gets ready for the next play. Not only captain of this team, but probably the most important player on this Nebraska squad, the leader of this offense.
Zach's first quarter, 110 yards of passing. That moved him past Turner Gill to the 5th spot on the all-time Husker passing list. That's a legend in Nebraska football history. Good first quarter for Bill Callahan and the Huskers. They led it 14-0 over Troy. You're watching Husker football here on Fox Sports Net. One quarter in the books. Nebraska leads at 14-0 over Troy here in Lincoln. Let's send you down to the field. And Dan McLaughlin.
Larry Blakeney is in, well, he's been here for a long time. Let's just put it that way. 1990, he was appointed as the head coach for Troy. Now, some of the folks at home watching on television trying to figure out where they're from. They're from the state of Alabama, Sun Belt Conference. Blakeney led the Trojans through their move from Division II to Division I AA, then to Division I, what we see right now. And guys, you got to wonder what's left in the tank going on the road yet again. The top-ranked opponent here with Nebraska after losses to Florida State and Georgia Tech. It is a tough schedule.
That's a great point, Dan. 2 very physical games the last 2 weeks, both on the road, as you mentioned, at FSU and Georgia Tech. You wondered about their gas tank, how much would be left.
Well, they're very athletic. No one's ever questioned that. They have a great recruiting base down there in Alabama, Georgia, Florida. They get a lot of athletes. The last 2 weeks, as they've gone into the fourth quarter, they've really been worn down by the bigger, more physical teams in Florida State and Georgia Tech. And Nebraska bigger and more physical than any of those other 2 teams. Zach Taylor here, he takes a shot to the back of the head. That's why I say when Nebraska fans see him run the ball, they just kind of duck and hold their breath.
It's back out there for this 3rd down play. Huskers on the season converting 55% of the 3rd down. A blitz is on, the pass is incomplete. So Troy came after Taylor that time. He had to roll the pocket a little bit. And Nebraska will have to punt for the first time in this game. But yeah, that's a scary hit on that little quarterback. He got flushed up in the pocket.
Anytime you take a shot in the back of the head like that, you get a little bit nervous. Zach, good job getting rid of the ball. He put it in a position really where it wasn't going to be picked. Only the offensive guy even had a shot at that pass. But good to get rid of it and not take the sack.
That was a corner blitz by Troy as McKelvin came from that corner spot on the backside. Here is Titchener with a kick. Fair catch called for by Troy at the 42-yard line by Leotis McKelvin, who is also a very good punt returner for this team. So pretty good field position here for Troy at their own 41-yard line. And they need something positive to happen. They don't want Nebraska to get away from them. Their defense gets them a stop to get them back out on the field.
That's a little momentum. You get a defensive stop, you get the ball back, you somehow go down and score and make this a one-possession game. Get a little confidence. This team won't quit. Now, I mean, they've played some good teams. They know what it's like to face a really big-time opponent. They're not intimidated by this atmosphere.
Ogebook in the pocket. Flushed, hit, dropped. Barry Cryer there.
Nor is Nebraska nervous to play in a game like this. They get into the backfield. That defensive line just ran through, around, and over the top of the offensive line of Troy and just buried Ogebook.
That was Dodge City on Dodge City. Barry Cryer played at Dodge City Junior College. Those two probably know each other pretty well.
Said a few things to him on the bottom of the pile there. Sorry, buddy. I need to hit you like that. It's my job.
And Dominican Sue also may get a half sack for that as well. Loss in the play, 2nd and long. Ogebook rolls the pocket, going to run. Ankle tackled by Lance Brandenburg.
Brandenburg got a black shirt this week. First time, big honor for Nebraska defensive player to get that black shirt, a long-standing tradition here. So congratulations to him.
He's one of those linebackers we were talking about that got an opportunity late last year with all the injuries.
Philip Dillard this year goes down for Nebraska, out for the season. So Brandenburg again with a chance to come in and get a lot more playing time. Big, physical, strong linebacker for Nebraska.
Out of Overland Park, Kansas. It's 3rd down and 22. Hogabook sets up the screen, pass in the flat, caught, short gain. Smokey Hampton didn't get very far, and 3 and out for the Husker defense.
Bo Ruud with the nice open field tackle. Another defensive stand for Nebraska. Troy's going to have to punt it away.
Not a very good series that time for the Trojans. Terrence Nunn would love to break one here. Jason Wright to punt.
Just as Troy gets a stop on defense, Greg, they get it back and they go backwards again on the offensive side.
It's a low kick. It'll bounce. Take a Troy roll inside the 25 down to the 20. It'll be down just inside the 20. 50-yard punt, very effective punt by Jason Wright. So the Huskers will have a lengthy distance to travel if they want to score again on this possession. Callahan looking over the play chart. We've talked all, and you've heard all week long about the size advantage that Nebraska has in this game over Troy. Much bigger football team, which is what you would expect out of a Big 12 team. But you take a look at the offense and defensive lines of Nebraska and Troy.
And that's the biggest difference between a team like Nebraska and in the Big 12 and the Sun Belt Conference like Troy. You look at the skilled positions on each of these teams, not a whole lot of difference. There's speed and athleticism all across the board at the skilled positions, and in the secondary for Troy, it's up front that Nebraska has to take the advantage tonight.
Taylor, play action fake. Throws. That's Purify. Purify knocked down by McKelvin at the 45 of Troy. A 36-yard pickup as Maurice Purify makes his 4th catch of the season.
That's the big play receiver Nebraska thought they were getting when Maurice Purify chose to come to Nebraska. Zach Taylor with the play action throws another strike on the deep post, deep crossing route to Maurice Purify. Nice move. He's got some speed out there on the outside. Catches the ball with his hands nicely. Uses that speed to get some yards after catch. They expect a lot out of this guy as the season goes along, Greg. Once Nebraska gets into conference play, had a hard time picking up the offense early on, but now he's starting to really get it.
Lucky at the back, gets the handoff. Left side, he has a hole. Lucky to the 40, he's gonna go. 20, 10. Touchdown Nebraska. Lucky 2nd touchdown of the night.
Unlike the last touchdown run for Lucky, this one goes right up the middle. The last one was a bounce to the outside where he got up the sideline. This one's right at Troy. And a big hand to that offensive line for Nebraska, creating the nice hole. Lucky hit the hole hard. Once he got into the secondary, he was gone. They weren't going to catch him.
What a hole up front, and Lucky explodes through it for Nebraska's 3rd score of the evening. Jordan Congdon to try to add the PAT. Snap down. Kick is up and good. 21-0 Nebraska. 2 long gallops by Marlon Lucky tonight. On the evening, Lucky 6 carries, 96 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It's all Nebraska here in Lincoln. Welcome back to Lincoln, Nebraska Memorial Stadium. Sellout crowd, over 84,000 in here tonight. Nebraska has vaulted in front, 21-0. That was a heck of a drive. 81 yards, 2 plays. Lucky from 45 yards out to score.
That's something this offense talked about a little bit this week, was trying to be a big play offense. Not a lot of big plays for touchdowns, not a lot of quick scoring drives. So tonight, showing some explosion, big plays, big time long touchdown runs from Marlon Lucky.
Nebraska will kick it away this time. That's McKelvin at the 10. Actually, it's not McKelvin that time. It's Michael Terry, and he's roped out at the 12. Ricky Tenarce makes a tackle, and Troy backed up deep this time. Good special teams cover that time by NU.
Nebraska fans better get ready for Ricky Tenarce, the freshman safety from Los Angeles. He's going to be a big-time player here in Nebraska.
Send you down to the field, Dan McLaughlin.
Well, Greg, on this defensive stop coming up here for Nebraska, take a look at number 90, the preseason All-American Adam Carricker. You guys follow this day in and day out. Our Husker fans watching tonight on pay-per-view, they know all about him. Led the team in sacks last year. He has been all over the place with this spread offense, applying pressure, and that's a key against a very athletic quarterback.
He is on every watch list you can imagine to start this year. Here's a deep throw down the field. Smokey Hampton can't quite get it. Coverage provided by Courtney Grigsby, and there is a flag that has come out. That was a pretty good
flag
battle
on the play
going on with Grigsby.
Pass intended for number 5, Smokey Hampton.
And Hampton.
Hampton just ran a straight go route down the sideline. Hogebook gave him a shot to go after
Pass
a
interference.
late flag.
Number 5, offense. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat first down.
So another penalty on Troy. That is their 6th of the night, and a couple of them have been very costly.
Two guys really battling going down the field. Must have been a little push off from Hampton. Courtney Grigsby, who looked like he was running stride for stride with Hampton down the sideline.
You know, in some cases, I don't know that the flag even needs to come out of the pocket.
It was an incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. It looked like they were both kind of jocked. Maybe that's just a play you let go. Now Troy's got it back at their own 6. Hogebook throws, overthrows the intended receiver, Allen. And now it will be 2nd down and long.
Troy once again going backwards with a penalty on the offensive side. Coach Blakeney just has to be shaking his head right now. This wasn't in the game plan, boys, to be moving backwards. All these penalties, mental errors, you can't have it against a team like Nebraska.
Well, I think so much of the tempo of this game was set by that opening drive at Nebraska that went right down the field and scored. Hogebook with a screen out in the flat. Pass caught. The ball comes loose. It's out of bounds. It will stay with Troy. As Allen loses the football, but nobody's able to retrieve it. Good hustle by Tierre Green to try to get over there to grab it, but it will scoot out of bounds to the 15. A pickup of about 9 on the play.
Nice gain for Troy on offense. Looked like Ty Steinkuhler ran him down, made the play, and Tierre Green almost had the fumble recovery.
Steinkuhler gets it to come out.
And that's great pursuit right there on the defensive line. Running across the field and then getting there, making the hit, and then ripping at the football. Nice play by Steinkuhler.
3rd and 7. Look how dominant Nebraska's been. Hogebook rolls the pocket. Deep downfield's got a man down there, but overthrows the intended receiver. That is Banks. Hogebook took a pretty good shot at the end of that play. Slow to get up. And in fact, he will need some assistance to get off the field. Troy will be set to punt here on 4th down. The scary part of that, Matt, was, again, Troy got behind Nebraska's secondary.
Little stop and go route is what got him open.
Barry Turner just leveled the boom on Hogebook.
Barry Turner is a name Nebraskans have started to get to know, but maybe with the most potential of anybody on this defensive squad for Nebraska. All the way from the seniors to the freshmen. Hogebook has taken a beating so far in this game. When the first thing that hits the ground is your shoulder or your head, it's usually not a good sign. It means you got hit up top pretty hard.
Jason Wright to kick it away. Terrence Nunn back near midfield. Bad snap and hit one of the up men. Wright trying to get rid of the ball. Is he going to run for this? He may pick up a first down. He does have a first down out of bounds to the 25. What a heads-up play by Wright, because he had plenty of time after he eluded the first man to get the kickoff, but he saw open field and picks up a huge first down for Troy. Now, who comes into quarterback this team?
See if Hogebook is ready to come back onto the field, but what a play. Give Troy a little bit of a boost to get their offense back out on the field. You know, Nebraska's back trying to get in position to put their punt return in play and make one man miss. Brandon Berg couldn't make the play, and up the sidelines he goes, and a first down for Troy. And Hogebook's back in there, tough kid.
Yeah, he didn't have 30 seconds to try to shake the cobwebs out. So what a break, what a play by Jason Wright, the punter for Troy. Hand it off to Banks. He's looking to throw it back to Hogebook. Makes a catch and brought down. I'm not sure about that call on a guy who's, as there is a flag on the play, a guy who's obviously shaken up. You get him involved in the play again like that.
Yeah, they felt like they maybe had a little momentum and wanted to try a trick play. There's a flag on the play too.
There is no foul. The guy was held, made the tackle, 2nd down.
The guy that was held made the tackle. So if you're held, you can't make the tackle?
The result of that play, yeah, exactly.
I mean, if he wouldn't have made the tackle, it was going to be a hold. But since he made the play, there's no holding call.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense.
You can see, right? The lineman came from behind Stuart Bradley. He was who got held. Stewart made the play, so they're going to say no foul.
The result of the play, a loss of 8. Hogebook throws, pass caught Smokey Hampton, short gain, nice coverage as Grigsby up quickly to slam the door on that play. It'll be 3rd down and about 15 here for Troy. Approaching the midway point of the second quarter, 21-0. Nebraska with the lead.
One of the things that concerned Nebraska going into this game was the secondary making tackles on these wide receivers once they caught the football. Hogebook gets the ball out there. Courtney Grigsby really came up and made a nice hit in the open field. Didn't allow Hampton to get away.
With this spread offense, you've got a lot of one-on-one coverage. You've got to make the tackle. Hogebook, as the flag comes out, there's going to be a hold on Troy. Hogebook throws the ball away. Nebraska could just decline the penalty, take the result of the play, and force Troy to punt here.
And if Adam Carricker wouldn't have been held on this play, he would have had a sack. Hogebook's tired of running for his life.
Will Callahan watching the activity. You could see pretty windy night.
68 on the offense. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
You can see Bill Callahan's hair kind of blowing the wind. It's a very breezy night here in Lincoln. But so far, it really doesn't look like it's had much of an impact on the punting or kicking game in this contest.
It hasn't affected Zach Taylor through the air at all. 8 out of 9 already for 146 yards.
Wright stands in his own 5. None again back at the Husker 40. What an interesting formation. Wright's going to slide one way and kick it down the field. Takes another roll. Nunn's going to get out of the way. What a kick. Down around the 30. That was interesting formation. And then he kind of rolls over and kicks it sideways, almost soccer style. 56-yard punt by Jason Wright. So far, Nebraska's defense pitching the shutout here in Lincoln. 21-0 Nebraska with a heck of a start to this football game. They lead the Troy Trojans. 8:51 left to go in the first half. Let's send you down to the sidelines. Dan McLaughlin.
Greg, 263 yards total offense thus far in the first half for Nebraska. Big reason why unsung hero on that offense. A fullback. He's been around for 5 years, 3 years as the starter. That's Dane Todd. Now he's planning on a medical school next year. He's not sure where he's going to go. He's earned 131 hours of straight A's. Now get that right, 131 hours of straight A's in biological sciences. He is one of the 85 academic All-Americans they've had in football here at Nebraska, 233 all told, and just a terrific guy off the field too, guys.
One of the great stories and one of the great traditions of Nebraska have been all those great scholar athletes in biological sciences. That's just not PE or something.
I don't want to try to pull that off,
Oh.
and especially being a student athlete, all the time it takes to be a college football player, finding enough time and commitment to put into your studies to get that many straight A's. Big hand to Dane Todd.
Yeah. Southeast High product here at Lincoln. 5-yard penalty in Nebraska for illegal motion on that play. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Huskers.
He's really the kind of guy that has made Nebraska football what it is over the years. An in-state guy. Comes to Nebraska, that hard work ethic. Just really brings a grit to the game that really all of his other teammates see and brings a toughness to this team.
Handoff. This is Wilson. Sheds one tackler. Can't get by the second one. And
Number 27,
yard
Wilson,
loss.
Walter.
Brandon Condren makes it play for Troy. We've called his name a bunch tonight. He is a terrific player for this Troy Trojan football team.
Lettered 3 straight times.
That's Elbert Mack a little slow to get up.
Condren's one of the leaders of this defense.
Ball on the 24-yard line.
Strong safety position, comes up and supports the run extremely well.
It'll be 2nd down, 15. Taylor in the shotgun. Wilson and Phillips in the backfield with him. Blitz by Troy. Nebraska picks it up. Pass caught on the near sideline by Terrence Nunn. And that's enough for a Husker first down, a 20-yard pickup. What a nice throw and a deep throw by Zach Taylor that time.
That's what Zach Taylor brings to the table this year with that leadership at the quarterback position. He got out of the play that Nebraska was originally in. He saw the blitz. He told everybody where the blitz was coming from. A nice pickup by Kenny Wilson. And then a strike thrown to Terrence Nunn on the outside when they saw the one-on-one coverage. And you pick up the blitz. That gives the quarterback time. And another nice throw by Zach Taylor.
1st and 10 from the 45. The I formation behind Taylor this time. Wilson as a hole. Lowers his shoulder. McKelvin hangs on at 50, a gain of 5.
Kenny Wilson. Tackle made by number 34, Leonis McKelvin.
Wilson last week got a lot of work out of USC. Really showed the physicalness that he has. J.B. Phillips comes in motion. Really caves in the left side of that defensive line for Troy and creates that running lane. That's really what it takes on offense, is to get people on the ground. When you get defenders on the ground, get guys picking themselves up every play, it wears them down. It creates running lanes for those running backs as they go through the line of scrimmage.
Taylor in the shotgun. Brandon Jackson in the backfield picks up one of the blitzers. Taylor scrambling, gets knocked down after a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down. Kenny Maynor, the defensive end, he's one of the playmakers on this Troy defense. He was involved in the tackle on Taylor, but Brandon Jackson does a nice job of picking up one of the blitzers this time to give Taylor a little bit of time.
Well, each of these running backs kind of brings something different to the table. Brandon Jackson's a guy more of a 3rd down back, catches the ball well out of the backfield. More than anything, what he does is really picks up the blitz well. He understands this offense. He's on the same page with the coaches. They trust him to protect Zach Taylor's backside when there's a blitz coming.
3rd and 4 for Nebraska at Detroit 49. Back to throw Taylor. Throws, Nunn catch, 1st down at the 42.
Taylor's pass complete to number 83.
Nunn just went past Corey Ross to the 6th position in the all-time receptions list here in Nebraska.
Easy throw and catch really for Nebraska. Little 3-step drop for Zach Taylor. Right on the money, in between the numbers for Terrence Nunn. Defender was playing off, a nice little slant route. Easy 3rd down conversion, another 1st and 10.
5:50 left to go. First half, 21-0 Nebraska. Huskers on the march. Lucky off the left side, gets a couple to the 39.
Number 20, Marlon Lucky, the ball carrier.
Lucky approaching the 100-yard mark here in the first half. Very efficient first half offensively for the Huskers, and the defense obviously pitching the shutout here late in the 2nd quarter.
It's nice to see Marlon Lucky have a nice first half here. Big time running back coming out of high school. Could have gone anywhere in the country. You can see Nebraska offensively dominating this game, keeping Troy's offense off the field. And even when they've been out there, it's been Nebraska's defense dominating Troy's offense. Just total domination here in the first half for Nebraska so far.
It's been a great mix run pass for Nebraska tonight as well. Taylor back out in the flat, Lucky with a catch. Nice tackle made by Condren again. He has been all over this football field tonight for Troy. It will set up a 3rd down and about 5 for Nebraska.
He's the type of guy that would start for a lot of teams across the country. Shows that speed, tenacious on the defensive side. Really closes well, good form on the tackle. Just gets enough of Marlon Lucky. Not an easy tackle in the open field against a guy who can make you miss or go around you, run over the top of you. Nice play by Condren.
You can see Lucky just needs 1 more yard for 100 tonight. 3rd down and 6. Taylor back. Looks downfield, has time, pass caught, 1st down. Purify his 2nd catch of the night, inside the 30, down to the 28. Taylor has been so accurate tonight. In fact, he's only had 1 incompletion in this game.
He was hurried on the one that was incomplete. Really just threw it away. Maurice Purify, normally a guy that's going to run down the football field and use that speed. This time sits down in the zone for Zach Taylor, his 3rd option. That's what he's become so good at in this offense, knowing where to go with the football. Goes to his 3rd progression, finally finds Purify for the 1st down.
Wilson gets the handoff. Right side, picking his hole. Tiptoes for about 5 on 1st down.
After you go through the air, then you put it back on the ground and pound on this smaller defensive line of Troy. You're going to go into halftime a little bit beat up, and by the 3rd and 4th quarter, it's going to be worn down.
Nebraska's owned the time of possession tonight. They seem like they've been on offense most of this game. Pitch to Wilson. Blockers out in front. As a hole, 20, 15, 10, 5, bumping him out to the 2. Terrific blocking on that far side by Nebraska. 22-yard pickup by Wilson. First and goal, Nebraska.
Just like before, Nebraska goes to that bunch formation on the left side of the offense. Really, it comes down to a numbers game. Nebraska has more blockers out there than Troy has defenders. Throw a little toss play, get the running back on the edge, and if you can seal off one side, gets up the sideline. Todd Peterson with a nice block out there. Chris Patrick leading the way. There's Kenny Wilson up the sideline, almost took it to the house.
Play action fake. Taylor being rushed, throws it away. He gets dumped by Sean Todd, one of the defensive ends for Troy. That'll be second and goal. The ball at the 3.
You're pressured inside the 5-yard line like Zach Taylor wasn't there. Don't force it in and make a silly turnover. Just throw the thing out of bounds. Line up for second down.
Troy came into this game with 8 sacks on the year. 3 games against Florida State, Georgia Tech, and Alabama State. That's a pretty good start. So their front wall can do some things. Here's the handoff. Wilson, touchdown. Huskers.
Untouched.
Kenny Wilson's second touchdown of the year. Puts Nebraska up 27-0.
Nebraska goes with the jumbo formation. Gives it to Wilson, who was a real workhorse last week. Comes into tonight. Has a nice first half. Dane Todd, Christensen pulling guard. And untouched into the end zone. Gives Nebraska 27-0 lead.
Jordan Congdon to try to tack on one more. Kick is up and good. 28-0 Nebraska leads. 3:09 left to go in the first half. The Huskers have scored 4 times, 3 of them rushing touchdowns. This is the first one of the night for Kenny Wilson. What a first half for Nebraska, both offensively and defensively. 28 points on the board, and Bill Callahan has to really be satisfied with what his club has done here so far tonight.
Maybe the most impressive thing has been this offensive line. I think they take a lot of pride into this week after last week really not being able to push around that defensive line of USC. They come into tonight with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Not only have they led the way in the rushing game, where Nebraska's gained over 150 yards in the first half, but they protected Zach Taylor for the most part, giving him time to deliver the football. And Coach Blakeney right now just sees that maybe he has a tired football team after going on the road 3 straight weeks and getting pounded on by a bigger team. Right now his team just a little bit tired looking.
Ball taken at the 4 by Rutledge to the 10. Sheds a tackler. Plows forward at about the 16. That's where Troy will start this drive. Inside of 3 minutes left to go in the opening half. Troy has all 3 timeouts left. Huskers have been dominant defensively. No points allowed, only 47 yards of offense in this first half.
The defense has been stout. They've gotten a lot of pressure on Hogebook. Jay Moore and Adam Carricker, the 2 rush ends for Nebraska, will both be in the NFL someday. Hogebook has taken a beating. Barry Cryer getting pressure. Barry Turner getting pressure. And even when Troy tries a trick play, Nebraska's there with Stuart Bradley to run him down. Not only has it been Nebraska's defense that's been stout, but Troy's offense has really shot themselves in the foot quite a bit tonight, Greg, with silly penalties.
Well, they had one big play called back because of a hold where they got the ball down into the inside the Nebraska 40. They've been their own worst enemy at times tonight. 6 first half penalties on Larry Blakeney's squad. There you can take a look at the breakdown. Look how balanced Nebraska has been. 154 on the ground, 185 through the air with Zach Taylor. That's exactly how Coach would like to draw it up.
Really anything Nebraska has wanted to do on the offensive side, they've been able to accomplish. They want to throw for 300 yards tonight. They probably could. If they, 400 maybe. If they want to run the ball for 300 yards, they could probably do that too. It's really been a Dominating performance on both sides of the ball.
Last time these two teams played, Nebraska also shut out Troy 30-0. That was in the 2003 season.
And this isn't a defense that normally gives up a lot of points. They shut out their first opponent, Alabama State, and Florida State didn't score until the third quarter against Troy in the second game.
Jones off the right side. He has a first down on that carry. A little over 10-yard pickup by Anthony Jones.
Nice pickup. So let's not say that Nebraska is really handling a defense that doesn't ever make plays. First 6 quarters this year, they didn't give up a point.
Check that. That was Kenny Cattouse on the carry that time for Troy. His first carry of the game. Troy trying to get some positive momentum here in the last drive of their half. Hogabook in the shotgun. Play action this time. Down the field as a man out there. Banks gets lit up and hangs onto the football. What a hit by Andre Jones.
And I don't know what the bigger hit was, the hit that Hogabook took as he got rid of the football, or Andre Jones hit after the catch, and what a catch that was.
Gary Banks held on to it, but took the punishment after that one.
Big pressure again, and then Andre Jones just drives Banks into the turf.
Hogabook throws, pass caught out the flat. Short gain. Rutledge made the catch that time for the Trojans. No, it's Banks again. Let's just let you hear the sound of that last hit for Nebraska.
A nice hit by Jones. Banks was kind of caught into the air. That time he had to go up to get the football, and as a wide receiver, you're just laid out at that point.
Hogabook keeps it himself. Has a first down of the Nebraska 38. He took another shot at the end of that run. A minute 36 left in the half. Again, the Trojans have all 3 timeouts as they try to put something together here at the end of the first half.
Move the sticks again. If they could get anything positive here going into the half, at least they could build on that, talk about that, have a little positive in the halftime speech.
Hogabook lobs it downfield. Intercepted. Andrew Shanley with a pick for Nebraska at the goal line. They'll say it's a touchback. The Huskers will get it at the 20. The St. Edward, Nebraska native with a big play for the Huskers to thwart that Trojan drive.
Once again, Hogabook just had to get rid of the football. And it was Andrew Shanley down the middle of the field. Carricker gets the pressure. Shanley's there. He's looking up top for Taurus Rutledge. Hogabook just doesn't know what to do now. A little bit frustrated, I think, on offense.
First career interception for Shanley.
First and 10, Nebraska.
When they marked this down where he made the catch, I thought they were signaling that it was a touchback, but they're going to put the football down at the 3.
Did come down. His momentum took him into the end zone, so it's obviously not a safety. It's either a touchback or they felt like he gathered himself, and he's going to get the ball there on the 3-yard line.
Taylor out of the shotgun, throws it downfield, has a man down there, and makes the catch. Can he keep his footing? He does. Now to the 40, and then tiptoes out of bounds on the 30-yard line. And a late flag comes out. We might have a late hit personal foul at the end of the play.
What a call from your own 3-yard line. Drop your quarterback back and let Terrence Nunn run a double move on the outside. He's lined up to the left side of your screen. Runs a little out and up. And a strike from Zach Taylor.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul, number 87 on the offense, 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
Yeah, it was a block. You could see the body of Ryan Babb, one of the linebackers who was tracking down the play, come flying through the screen at the end, so it'll be on Nebraska. The pickup on the play was 67 yards. Now you'll take off 15 for the penalty, but the Huskers still have it in good field position at the 44 of Troy. 51 seconds left in our first half.
First and 10, Nebraska
At
from
the
the
end of the
Trojan
play,
44-yard
never
line.
something you want to see. Nate Swift, he knows better than that. You know he's going to hear about it in films on Monday. After a big play, you don't want to negate a play like that and bring your team backwards 15 yards by making a silly hit, which wasn't going to influence the play at all.
So Nebraska wants more here late in the first half. Taylor down the field, pass is intercepted. Troy gets the football back. As Justin Bray.
Justin Bray, yeah, made the nice play. Looking for Menelik Holt, I think, down the seam. And Zach Taylor maybe needed to put a little bit more air under this football.
Bray is a true freshman backup corner, but makes a nice play there to stop that Husker drive. So Zach Taylor, first mistake really of the night for Zach.
It really was, and you wonder if that penalty wasn't called after that play. If Nebraska's down on the 25-yard line instead of the 40, do they have to throw a pass like that to get the ball down inside the 10-yard line? Maybe they call a different play. So a costly penalty, I think, for Nebraska.
That's Cattouse out of bounds at near the first down marker. In fact, he'll have it at the 31. So Kenny Cattouse, nicknamed the Moose, gets the run that time. He's had 2 very effective carries tonight for the Troy Trojans.
Only 31 seconds to go. They do have all their timeouts left.
But very little time to work with. Again, they hand off out of the formation, sprinting to the sideline, and another flag comes out.
Number 22
on that carry.
Penalty flag on the play.
Very, very effective first half for Nebraska. Up 28-0 inside the last 30 seconds.
Holding, number 25 on the offense, 10 yards from the end of the run, still first down.
Penalties have definitely been costly in this first half for Troy, and they've all been on the offensive side of the football. It's just hard to get first downs against the defense as good as Nebraska's when you're moving yourself back, putting yourself in second and third and long situations.
Can't get any rhythm. I mean, once you make a nice play and then you have to back it up.
At all, and I'll tell you, being in the huddle after plays like that are made, I'll tell you, it's frustrating. It takes the wind right out of the sail of an offense.
Cattouse goes down quickly that time. And if neither team calls timeout, that'll end our first half. Tough first half for the Troy Trojans, but Nebraska has played excellent football here tonight. And neither team will stop it, and that will end our first half of action here in Lincoln tonight. 21-0. Nebraska with a lead. And almost a perfect first half of football for NU.
Really was. I don't know if Bill Callahan could have drawn it up any better than that. Offensively, pretty much spotless till the last interception thrown in the last minute of the first half by Zach Taylor. They ran the ball well, threw the ball well, and defensively, Troy wasn't able to do anything. So if there was a question about bouncing back, Greg, I think that was answered here in the first half.
And again, I go back to that first drive where Nebraska just took it straight down the field, both mixed in the run and pass to score that opening drive. Dan standing down with Larry Blakeney.
All right, guys, thanks. Coach, what do you tell your kids at the half down by 28?
Well, you know, we're overmatched in some areas. I mean, we run into a buzzsaw here, a very good offensive football team, and we hadn't played with very much tenacity on defense. We hadn't gotten anything going offensively, and we've got a record going here for the Stripes tonight against us. So, you know, we got to regroup, come back out, and try to show that we got some pride in what we're doing.
And finally, Coach, Georgia Tech, Florida State. Now, this atmosphere, what's it been like for your kids?
Oh, this is a big-time place right here now, and you know, we probably have stressed ourselves a lot in those 2 games, and they did what they needed to do coming out here and really getting after us physically in the first quarter and setting the tone, and you know, it sort of got it out of us early.
Thanks for your time. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. Larry Blakeney obviously dejected with that first half. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the keys to this Husker 28-0 lead at the break. Watching college football here on FSN, live from Lincoln. Nebraska leads it at the break 28-0 over Troy. And welcome back to Lincoln. 28-0. Nebraska with a lead over the Troy Trojans. And what a pleasure it is to do a football game here in Lincoln and to take a look at all the facilities. There's a shot of the new Hawks indoor facility here in Lincoln, and also the Osborne Athletic Complex, and just some amazing work that's been done over the last 12 to 18 months here in Lincoln. And the man responsible for a lot of that has joined me now, Athletic Director Steve Peterson, and just beautiful, beautiful. And I know it's been busy moving some offices over here the last couple of weeks, but how exciting that has to be for you in the athletic department.
Well, it's been very exciting, and it's energizing for our program. It's energized our current student athletes, football and all our sports, but it's also energizing our recruits, and it's fun to see young people come in and see what we're doing, see the commitment here. And while our facilities before were not shabby, they certainly weren't competitive. And so, you know, for us to be a competitive team and put the kinds of things on the field or on the court that we want, we have got to make sure we stay competitive. We're thrilled with this. I just probably can't imagine a better facility for our young people, because we build it for our student athletes. We build it so it was great for them.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at some of the facilities while we talk more about this. And while primarily football gets the huge use of it, you do get all your student athletes to have the benefit of the weight room and some of those things.
Well, we've got a 20,000 square foot weight room. We've got an athletic medicine center that takes care of 550 student athletes with every state-of-the-art medicine equipment you can imagine. Fabulous locker rooms, of course, for our football program. But then we've got nutrition areas, and of course the Hawks Championship Center takes care of about 12 of our teams in a lot of their indoor workout and off-season workouts. So we feel very fortunate, really, when you get these kinds of state-of-the-art facilities for fabulous kids. It really is a pleasure for us to be able to do that. We know we're fortunate. We're grateful for the people that have helped us do this, and excited about the future of this program.
Not only were you moving in August, you had to go find a basketball coach. We're going to talk to Doc Sadler here in just a moment, but tell me what attracted you to him.
Well, we're excited. Doc is a tremendous person. He brings energy and enthusiasm to our program. He's a great recruiter and a great coach. And of course, kind of along the theme of what we're trying to do here is we've got to have energy in our recruiting. We know that for Nebraska to be great, we have to bring great student athletes here. You look at the names of all these great athletes over the years at Nebraska, they were recruited from all over the country to come here. And I believe that comes from hard work. I believe that comes from tremendous energy and enthusiasm in your program, and getting up every morning, loving to be at Nebraska, loving to make this program great. And that's what our staff does. And adding Doc and his fabulous staff, he's got a terrific coaching staff, bringing them into what we're doing is just going to elevate this basketball program. I keep telling people, don't come to me 2 years from now and say, I wish I would have bought tickets. You know, a lot of people are saying that to us now in baseball. They're saying it to us in volleyball or football. And let's jump in and all of us get behind helping Doc get this program to the very top level.
Well, congratulations on the hire and good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Steve Peterson, Athletic Director at Nebraska. When we come back, we will talk hoops with the new head coach of the Huskers, Doc Sadler. We'll take a look at that Nebraska basketball program as our coverage of college football continues tonight here on FSN. The scoreboard says it's all Nebraska here in the first half, 28-0, as we welcome you back to Lincoln, Nebraska, here in Memorial Stadium. Greg Sharp and Matt Davison, and that score is backed up by the first half stats. It's been a dominant first 30 minutes for Nebraska.
It sure has. On the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball, everything's pretty much been dominated by Nebraska. Offensively, they've been able to do whatever they want, running the ball, passing the ball, and then when Troy's had the ball, Nebraska's defense has just been stout.
All right, Dan McLaughlin standing by with the head coach of the Huskers.
Well, 400-plus yards in that first half. He had to be very pleased.
Yeah, well, we came out and they answered a challenge, and this is a team that we got tremendous respect for, just predicated on what their history's been in the last few weeks.
And take a look at what you've done. It was 154 on the ground, 252 through the air, so you're able to spread the ball a little bit.
It was good balance. I think Zach's got a good feel for the defense. We're getting out of some checks, and he's making some plays. They all are.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
That's Coach Callahan, of course, his club leading by 28, guys.
All right, thank you, Dan. And, yeah, you can tell he's very pleased and should be. That was a heck of an effort on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, Zach Taylor's the leader of this offense, Greg, and he did a good job getting Nebraska into the plays that they needed to get into there in the first half. Marlon Lucky out of the chute was just dynamite, rushing the ball. Nebraska 154 yards and passing over 250. So, you know, for Nebraska, just a dominant performance. They held the ball away from Troy's offense. And for tackles for loss, Nebraska led in that category too. So just a dominating first half. And I don't know if anybody really expected this. Nebraska really answered the challenge.
Over 400 yards of offense for the Huskers in that first half. 28-0 our halftime score. We're back with the second half kickoff next here on FSN. We are ready for the second half here in Lincoln. 28-0. Nebraska with a lead over the Troy Trojans, and Troy will get the football to start the second half as Jordan Congdon has it teed up and ready. Dominant first half for Nebraska. They don't want to let Troy get any momentum. Troy, the last 2 weeks against Florida State and Georgia Tech, has driven the football 80 yards and scored on their opening possession of the second half. Kelvin will go to a knee. And so Troy will take over at their own 20.
And on that same note, I think it's important that Nebraska continues that momentum that they gained in the first half, that they end this game with the same sort of confidence and swagger that they came into the game with. They did bounce back from the loss last week, and next week, as we know, Greg, they start conference play, and that's when it really starts to matter in this Big 12 North. Kansas comes to town. I think it's important that Nebraska plays 2 more quarters of solid football.
Troy will have it at their own 20. Hogabook out of the shotgun. Handoff, short gain up the middle. Actually was under center instead of out of the shotgun. Anthony Jones makes the carry for Troy for a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The running game really hasn't been there for Troy, and when they've tried to throw the football, Nebraska's been in the backfield, putting pressure on Hogabook, knocking him down, sacking him. It's worked so far in this game. Let's see what adjustments they made at the halftime.
Hogabook this time with a shotgun. Rolls the pocket. Throws. Pass caught by Rutledge. And has a first down across the 30. Hogabook again kind of showing some courage, hanging in there with that pass rush for Nebraska.
He's taken some hits tonight, no doubt about that. He has stood in the pocket. Once again, I think it was Jay Moore this time. Adam Carricker both got it into the backfield.
Defensive end sandwich. Here's Jones. About 3 to the 34. Twisted down by Corey McEwen. Nebraska and Troy playing for the 4th time. Huskers have won all 3 meetings, and the Huskers had a shutout the last time these 2 teams played in 2003, winning 30-0. 2nd and 7. Hogabook throws. Rutledge with the catch. Tier Green with the tackle. A gain of about 5. 3rd and short.
A nice throw again from Hogabook to Hampton on the outside. I don't think you're going to see any quit in this Troy team. Nice little out pass. Tier Green, the safety, comes up and makes a nice hit.
3rd and 4. Hogabook in the shotgun. Now changing the play. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Gets the snap. Throws. Banks can't make the catch. The throw a little high. Banks should have made the catch, but probably was leery of an onslaught.
Well, he thought he was going to get hit, but that's a play you have to make for your quarterback if you're a wide receiver. Just a little hitch route, and that is a good enough throw that you have to come down with it. No one is more mad at himself than Gary Banks, but at this point in the game, Omar Hogabook says, man, I need some help, guys. He delivered the ball, and it should have been a first down.
Remember, Banks was laid out in the first half by Jones on a big-time hit. That may have been playing in his mind. Good punt again here by Wright as it takes a Troy roll inside the 25. And we talked about whether Troy could be worn out after this schedule with 3 straight road games at Florida State, at Georgia Tech, at Nebraska. It isn't going to get any easier for this team in the coming years. Look what they've scheduled in the non-con for 07 and 08. At Arkansas, at Florida, playing Oklahoma State on the road, and at Georgia, and then LSU, Ohio State, Oklahoma State in 08.
Well, it's really tough, and I think some people say, why would you schedule all those teams? Well, there's a couple of reasons. When you're going to recruit kids, you say, you know what, we're going to play the best teams in the country. Larry Blakeney can tell his kids that out of high school. We're going to go play anybody that'll play us. and we're going to go compete with them. Yes, we're going to be on the road a lot, but for these guys, even these guys that are out there tonight getting beat 28-0, Greg, they're in Lincoln, Nebraska, in one of the best stadiums in college football, and this is an experience they'll never forget. Even if they are getting blown out, they go to Florida State and they're competitive, they go to Georgia Tech and they're competitive, and every year Troy has gotten a little bit better. They're gaining momentum, and you know, why not? Why not go play these teams? I have a lot of respect for their program.
Well, and when they go to play Sun Belt competition, there's got to be a drop-off in the ability when you get up and go, whoa, this is almost kind of easy compared to what we faced the last few weeks. Nebraska's 2nd and 8 after a short game by Lucky. Play action for Taylor. Steps up, hit, wrapped up, thrown down. So a short gain for Taylor. It'll be 3rd down for Nebraska.
Looks like Marlon Lucky's starting at running back here in this half, and he's going to go to the bench. Brandon Jackson's going to come in. Zach Taylor has just been phenomenal tonight. The one bad decision where he threw the ball down the seam and it was picked off. Other than that, he's just been on the money.
Right before the half, he made that play. 3rd and 6 for Nebraska at their own 29. Taylor gets the snap. Comes the blitz. Pass caught by Franz Hardy for a first down at 45. 16-yard pickup of the play. And Nebraska keeps the drive alive.
Once again, Troy came with the blitz. Franz Hardy runs the speed out. And that was fun to see. Zach Taylor stood in the pocket, knew the blitz was coming. That's why Brandon Jackson's in the game, right there to pick up the blitz. That ball was in the air before Franz Hardy even came out of his break. The ball was on the money, down and away where only the offensive guy can make the play. And it's a first down. Well-executed play for Nebraska.
Huskers now 4 of 6 on 3rd down conversions in this game. They have it at the 45. Hand off to Lucky. Marlon up near midfield. Just over 100 yards rushing now in the game. In fact, now has a new career high. His old career high, 103. He now has 104 yards rushing tonight, including 2 touchdown gallops.
Brought down by number 51, Kenny Maynard, and number 81, Rakeel Terry. Brings up 2nd and 7 from the 48.
Marlon Lucky. Been a big part of this Husker attack tonight.
Really nice to see him come into his own this season. I don't know if he had the kind of freshman season he wanted. Got a little time on special teams. Not a lot of touches at the I-back position, but he's really emerged this year and kind of really have developed himself into the #1 running back. And right on cue, there he goes.
Lucky in for his 3rd score of the night. A 52-yard bolt from Marlon Lucky, and Nebraska leads 34-0.
I just got a text up here that said they were going to run him up the middle for a touchdown, so I thought I'd start talking about him. Right on cue, there he goes. Okay, I was joking about that, but what a nice hole opened up in the middle by that offensive line of Nebraska. They've been dominant all night long. Marlon with a little cutback, and once he gets into space, they're not going to catch him.
It has been a lucky night for Nebraska tonight as they lead it 34-0 over Troy. Congdon to try to add the PAT. Snap down, a kick is up, been good. 35-0 Huskers as they score on their first possession of the second half. Marlon Lucky, 156 yards rushing on the night and 3 touchdowns.
Well, there's the physical ability, the speed, and the strength, but then there's the vision. You could see him looking to both sides, knowing where the defense is coming from, and just a special player, Marlon Lucky, and hopefully we get to enjoy him for a couple more years. Give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Erickson with a nice block on the edge, and Marlon Lucky up the middle.
Marlon Lucky enjoying this night, and well, he should. 10 carries, 156 yards, and 3 scores for Nebraska as they open up a 35-0 lead in this game.
And just the start Nebraska was looking for in this half. You were hoping they wouldn't come out and have a little bit of a lull in this half. They get a defensive stop. They get the ball back and charge it right down the field and extend this lead.
9:31 to go in the 3rd quarter. Nebraska opening up a big lead in this game tonight. And I think a lot of people here would be surprised by this, particularly when you have seen what Troy has done the last 2 weeks. I think a lot of people are surprised it's 35-0 Nebraska early third quarter.
Well, we talked about the athleticism of this team. It's not that they don't have the ability to go out and compete at pretty much any level. Really, it's up front, Greg. It just really is. The skilled positions in the secondary, they have the speed, they have the athleticism. They just cannot match up front. And when you're getting beat in the trenches, you're getting beat off the line of scrimmage on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. It just wears on a football team. And that's what's happened late in football games the last 2 weeks for Troy. And that's what's happened in this entire game tonight as Nebraska established that physicalness and really took Troy out of the game early.
Congdon has it teed up. The approach in the boot. McKelvin makes a catch at the 4. Cuts back down the sideline. Out of bounds and around the 30-yard line. Let's send you down to the field and Dan McLaughlin.
Well, Greg, you started our telecast talking about another sold-out crowd here at Memorial Stadium, the 278th consecutive sold-out crowd. It began back on November 3rd of 1962 as they took on Mizzou. As every fan enters Memorial Stadium, they see a sign, and it says, "Through these gates pass the greatest fans in college football." It truly is one of the great settings in this college game. And the one thing I think that these fans and probably Bill Callahan are thinking about, 40-15 when they lost to Kansas last year. Jayhawks coming up next weekend.
And KU playing South Florida tonight. No score in that game in the third quarter down in Lawrence.
I was at that game, Dan, and I could tell you, Nebraska fans are definitely looking forward to next Saturday. That's a great point.
Fans would love a shutout in this game. Here is Kenny Cattouse, and he gets maybe a yard on that play.
Ty Steinkuhler came from the backside. This is the kind of effort you want to look for out of a defensive lineman. Comes all the way down the line of scrimmage, runs down the play from behind. It got strung out just a little bit. But you'll see Steinkuhler, number 43, playing in the interior line. Watch that pursuit down the line of scrimmage, the great angle, and was able to run down a running back from behind.
2nd and 9 for the Trojans. Hogebook throws it behind Smokey Hampton. It'll be 3rd down for Troy. Tough night for Omar.
You know, you look at his numbers, and it could be worse. 10 out of 17, 82 yards. And I give him a lot of credit for being a tough kid tonight. He's been knocked down, been sacked, taking some big shots. It's awfully tough when you look at that big defensive line in Nebraska, those linebackers. You know they're coming after you every play, and your offensive line just isn't able to hold them out and give you the time you need to throw the ball.
Play action for Hogebook. Over the middle, in and out of the hands of the receiver. 4th down. Huskers again hold.
Another defensive stand, and it's going to be a punt from Troy.
And Omar Hogebook slow to get up after taking yet another hit at the end of this play. Ooh. That had to hurt. That will hurt tomorrow.
Sure will. And all those hits that he's taken just wear on a guy. Pretty soon you start not running the offense the way you need to and going the right place with the football. Mistakes happen.
Jason Wright fumbles the snap. Can't get it off. Huskers pick it up. And tackled inside the 5.
And there isn't one guy on the team that the rest of his teammates wouldn't have rather seen score than Rigoni. This guy is the captain of the special teams, and Brandon Rigoni almost gets into the end zone.
Brandon Rigoni picks up the fumbled snap by Wright, who flirted with danger in the first half on a punt. This time not able to overcome the drop.
Corey McEwen gets there first. There's Brandon Rigoni. Almost able to get into the end zone. You can see he wanted that pretty bad. All of his teammates would have loved to have seen that.
Joe Gans in at quarterback. Brandon Jackson's the I-back. He gets the handoff, trying to bounce to the outside. Brandon Jackson with a stiff arm, and he's down inside the 2. Brandon's first carry of the game, almost a touchdown. But Joe Gans in now at quarterback, the 6'1" sophomore. And that may signify the end of Zach Taylor's night.
probably will, and you know what? This is good work for some of these backups that are going to get a lot of time in this game. A long ways to go. I think this game has been put away, so you're going to see a lot of backups get some valuable snaps.
Here's Jackson again off the right side and stopped short of the goal. It'll be third down. Ball just inside the 1. Zach Taylor doing some play calling with Bill Callahan on the sideline. How about that roll? Go from taking the snaps to signaling.
Joey Gans is the one always signaling the plays into Zach, so pretty simple to switch positions. Give him the plays, let him have some fun out there.
3rd and goal, Nebraska. Double tight end set. Again, Jackson the I-back.
Nice to see Brandon Jackson get a touchdown.
Play action. Gans throws. Touchdown, Nebraska. Matt Senski, the fullback, makes the catch and the score.
What a big night for Matt Senski. Probably didn't think he'd be in the game this early. Sure enough, 3rd down inside the 1-yard line. A little play action fake as much as Nebraska's run the ball tonight. And there's the fullback wide open in the flat.
Take a look at the sideline reaction to this touchdown. Zach Taylor happy for his teammates.
You can tell that's why he's the most popular guy on this team, the leader of this team. Loves to cheer for his teammates. Him and Joey Gans have a nice friendship.
Jordan Congdon makes it 42-0 Huskers. 6:21 left, 3rd quarter. Huskers having some fun tonight. The big lead over Troy. (42-0) Nebraska with a lead over Troy. 6:21 left to go, 3rd quarter. Huskers take advantage of the turnover, the drop punt by punter Jason, drop snap by punter Jason Wright. The short field, and Bill Callahan's club able to convert. First career touchdown from Matt Senski on the pass from Joe Gans. And there is action in the bullpen for Troy. We may have a new quarterback, so Omar Hogabuk's night may be over.
I don't know that anybody really expected Nebraska with 6.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter would have a lead built like this. So I'll give a lot of credit to Nebraska in this game for coming out and really putting Troy away. But in this case, you get Joey Gans into the game if you're Nebraska, and if you're Troy, you get your starting quarterback out of the game and get someone else some work. This game is pretty much put away. So far put away, we don't even have the backup quarterback's name on the list. I don't even think he's on the roster.
Obviously got a change number. We're going to get that down for Larry Blakeney's club, who I'm sure disappointed about this after the 2 really solid performances they've had at Florida State and at Georgia Tech, to come in and get leveled here tonight by Nebraska. But the Huskers have been very, very good. And this is exactly what you would hope as a Nebraska fan to have seen from this football team after last week's disappointment at USC.
They weren't going to hang their heads low and not come out with any energy. I can tell you that. They respected this team, came out and put them away.
And there is a short return by McKelvin. As we take a look at some of the Big 12 scores for today. Louisville hands Kansas State their first loss. How about that Georgia-Colorado game? Colorado led almost the entire game.
Till the last 46 seconds.
Yeah. Texas beats Iowa State. Missouri still unbeaten. They beat Frank Solich's Ohio Bobcats. Army-Baylor tied at 10. Kansas has just gone ahead of South Florida with a field goal that 3-0 Oklahoma all over Middle Tennessee State. And Louisiana Tech A&M haven't been able to start because of a thunderstorm down near College Station. And here is Julian Foster in at quarterback. Handoff at the middle, short gain. And that is Josh Allen. And a couple of scores. Oklahoma State, Houston just underway. Down in Houston and Texas Tech, who did not score a touchdown last week, just rolling tonight over Southeast Louisiana.
The biggest surprise of the day had to be Colorado. If they'd have gone into Georgia and won that game, that would have been the biggest upset of the day, I would have to think. Gave the game away in the last minute. 46 seconds to go. Georgia took the lead and held on.
Hogabuk is out there for this play. Will pass out the flat. Spinning ahead for a first down is Michael Terry, junior college transfer for Troy, and they'll move the sticks. 5:13 left to go third quarter.
Nebraska still has the black shirts out there starting defense. Still early in this game. Not only do you want to make sure Troy doesn't get any sort of couple quick touchdowns, but you also want to get your guys work on the things you need to be prepared for next Saturday.
Josh Allen on that carry, and that's close to a first down. As Nebraska is putting in some substitutes, although there's still a lot of first teamers out there on defense. Andrew Shanley made the tackle. Second and short here for Troy. Hand off again to Allen. He squirts outside to midfield. Brought down by Tier Green and Andre Jones. So different play calling, a lot of running plays out of that shotgun formation for Troy on this possession.
A couple nice running plays for Troy and gets them into Nebraska territory. I don't know when the last time they were there was, but it has been a while. I don't know if they have penetrated into Nebraska's side yet in this game.
Another handoff. Short gain up the middle that time. Anthony Jones gets about a yard of the play. Getting off the bottom of the piles, Barry Turner for the Huskers. It'll be 2nd and 9. 42-0 Nebraska with the lead. A big night for Marlon Lucky. 156 yards, 3 touchdowns. Second and 9 for the Trojans. Overbook. Plenty of time this time. Now getting rushed. Brought down. That's a coverage sack, but the sack does go to Otto Dagunduro.
Boy, Ola is one of those guys that has so much talent there in the middle. Took him a while to get away from the offensive line. That was just a good job by the secondary of Nebraska. Nowhere for Hogebook to go with the ball. That had to be 4 or 5 seconds back there that Hogebook had a chance. You can see he's just locked in on one receiver. I don't know that he even went to his second progression. Looked at one guy the whole time. That's not going to get it done at the quarterback position.
Dagunduro with a 10-yard sack that time. Makes it 3rd and 19 for Troy. Troy just 1 of 8 in third down conversions. Flags come out. It'll be a penalty on Troy before the start of this snap.
Previous spot, still 3rd down.
Another one of those things that Troy hasn't been really sound at tonight. The 8th penalty of the night for Troy, over 50 yards in penalties. And, you know, Greg, that's just one of those things. You put your offense in 3rd and long, 2nd and longs, and you're just not going to move the football against a defense as good as Nebraska's.
3rd and 24 for the Trojans. Hogebook back, flips it out in the flat to Jones. The screen, but brought down by Steinkuhler. We've called Ty's name a bunch tonight. He has really played well, been all over the field, really has run well sideline to sideline for the Black Shirts.
He's got a motor that just doesn't stop. That's what you ask his teammates about Ty, and they'll tell you he practices hard, he plays hard every play. And he's been all over the football field tonight.
Jason Wright back in punt formation. Terrence Nunn to retrieve it for the Huskers. Good snap this time. Low kick. Nunn's going to get out of the way. And will be stopped at about the 36-yard line. You know, Zach Taylor is finished for the night. Joe Gantz came in and got that last drive into the end zone, but Zach Taylor has been a strong fixture. You talked about one of the most liked guys on this team. What does his coach like about Zach Taylor? Bill Callahan sat down with us earlier this week to talk about his senior signal coach.
I think Zach Taylor has managed the offense extremely well. He gets better, and of course, he has a tremendous feel for where the ball should go. I think in a couple plays in that USC game, you watch his ability on the move, find open receivers, and then find the checkdowns. I think he's becoming more adept at checking the ball down and finding the outlet receivers and knowing that, you know, a check down's a good play. It's a completion. You know, we keeping the normal down situation. We move the chains, and those are always good decisions. And he's increased his vision of the field. He has a great knowledge of where everybody's at, and I think it's a matter of time before he continues to get better and really explode onto the scenes.
Pretty high praise from the head coach of the Huskers. As you can see, Zach with the helmet off, trying to add some words of encouragement to the second unit that'll be going in there now.
And for Nebraska fans, you know, Zach Taylor hasn't been around his whole career. Just got here last year. It's in his second full season with Nebraska. So they haven't had a great chance to get to know him. But I can tell you, Zach Taylor is the most humble, likable guy that you could ever want to lead your football team, a football team that everyone in this state and Nebraska fans around the country and around the world really love. You know, he's just a guy that's easy to root for. And you know, it goes a long way, Greg, when you're an offensive lineman, you're a fullback, you're an I-back, and you have to take on that linebacker that's coming through to get to your quarterback. They don't want anybody hitting Zach Taylor. That's the leader of this football team. Boy, I hope he stays healthy. He's going to have a monster season.
Huskers will take over at their own 36. Joe Gans back out to quarterback Bill Callahan's squad. Brandon Jackson, the one back in the backfield. Double tight end set for NU. He may go pretty conservative here to end this game. Oh, play action fake. Gans looking downfield for Jackson. The pass is knocked away and complete.
And Brandon Jackson on a wheel route out into the flat and then up the sideline.
Henry Chubb had good coverage for Troy.
Still a couple minutes to go in the third quarter, so Nebraska still trying to pour it on a little bit. Maybe a little more air under that football. It was a little bit too low. He needed to lob it up over the top of the defender.
And also, you want to let Joe Gans run some plays, not just being there to hand it off all the time.
It takes one play for Zach Taylor to be off this, or out of action for the rest of the season, and Joey Gans has to come in and get it done. So you're exactly right. Get him some experience throwing the football too.
Nice play made by Romanique Lewis for Troy. Got in the backfield and knocked the legs out of Brandon Jackson. It'll be third down and 13 for the Huskers.
And that's not what you want to see if you're coaching this Nebraska offense, is for the second team to come in and really not get it done up front. You don't want to see a big drop off from your starters back to your backups. You want to see them dominate that line of scrimmage just like the starters did, so you have confidence to go with them if there is an injury up front.
And a timeout taken here by Nebraska with a minute 11 left to go in the third quarter. Huskers up 42-0 on Troy. Joe Gans will go over and talk things over with the head coach. Let's send you down to the sidelines, Dan McLaughlin.
Well, Greg, one of the great stories with this offense here in 2006 for Nebraska is the return of Matt Harrion. I'm going to show you some footage back in 2004 where he broke his leg, gruesome injury in a couple of places. Took a very, very long time for him to come back. Of course, he was redshirted last year, missed all of last season. Spring football comes around, they ease him back in. Now he's back in full-time and ready to roll. Louisiana Tech was the opener for Nebraska. An emotional catch for him, one of the best of his career. A touchdown catch for him and some emotion, signaling that he was back in 2006 and healthy enough to play. That's Matt Harrion, one of the very good stories for Nebraska to see him come back, and he credits the strength and conditioning team and also the assistant trainers of this Nebraska squad to help him get back. It was a gruesome injury, but good to see him back here in 06.
And those trainers, Matt, really become almost your best buds because you spend so much time in the training room and you need somebody to keep pushing you through all that rehab. And Matt certainly had that support group here at Nebraska.
Well, anybody who's played significant amount of football, they've been through an injury. Maybe nothing as bad as Matt Harrion's injury, but it is those trainers, Greg. You become friends with those guys. There's a bad snap, and Joey Gans, oh my goodness, and what a play by Troy's defense to totally, what I think is going to be a late hit, totally give Nebraska another chance at it.
Oh, it's going to be an automatic first down. It'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Gans was just trying to get rid of the ball and throw it out of bounds.
Roughing the passer, personal foul, number 2, 15 yards, Automatic first down.
Martin Teal is the guilty party, and you're right. I mean, terrific play by Gans to get the ball and just throw it away to avoid the big loss. And then Martin Teal comes in with a late shove way after he let go of the football, and a guy just trying to get rid of it.
Boy, just a ridiculous play. If you're a defensive player to do that, he obviously wasn't throwing it anywhere. I thought Joey Gans might just jump on the football. He decided to pick it up and try to throw it away. So nice play by him. The offense stays out on the field. Going back to what we were talking about the trainers, you know, they really do have to motivate you. It's a painful thing to come back from an injury and to have enough energy to go in there every day and go through that and have a chance to come back and play. Matt Harrion did that. Give him a lot of credit.
And there was Martin Teal, one play after doing the personal foul, coming back and getting a sack on Joe Gans. One last comment on Matt Harrion. You talk about that support system. He got married over the summer. Lindsay Collison is his new bride, so I'm sure she was a big part of keeping his motivation up and his mood up, which is tough when you're going through that rehab and knowing you're not going to play for a considerable amount of time.
Sure, and it was a long process for him to get back. Both bones in his leg broken. Not just broken, but shattered, and it just a really tough process to get back to this position. He's a big addition to this offense.
Second and long, delay, short gain.
Ball carried by number 27, Kenny Wilson.
Kenny Wilson on that short gain on the final play of the third quarter. So we'll head to the fourth quarter here in Lincoln, and it has been all Nebraska here tonight. Huskers lead it 42-0, and a very solid first three quarters for the Big Red as they are bouncing back from a 28-10 loss last week to USC and getting ready for conference play, which begins next week. 42-0 Huskers with the lead. Marlon Lucky has found the end zone 3 times tonight for NU. Happy night for Husker fans. They lead it 42-0 here against Troy. Chilly night, but fingers crossed so far, a dry night here in Lincoln.
Yeah, no rain for the home game. First time that's happened. But a football weather night here in Nebraska. You gotta love the fall weather, football weather here at Memorial Stadium. And a standing ovation for the pilots that flew
the F-114.
F-114s up over the stadium. They're shown down on the field. They get a standing ovation.
Big air show going on here in Lincoln. F-117s. I should get my numbers correct on that. But also, the Blue Angels are part of this big air show. We were hoping to have a flyby by then, but low cloud deck today. I don't know that doesn't help when you're trying to have an air show. Huskers faced here with a 3rd and long at their own 37. Joe Gans at quarterback here in the fourth quarter. Gets a snap, looks deep down the middle, has Franz Hardy and just misses him. Threw it behind him a little bit. It'll be 4th down.
Didn't look like Hardy was able to find the football in the air. Gans tried to fade him a little bit towards the sideline. He was running right up the seam. Didn't look like he was able to find it. Looked like a decent throw. Well, maybe it was over the wrong shoulder.
I think it might have been. Turn him around a little bit. Spun him around.
It's a tough play when the ball's thrown right over your head.
Yeah.
It's a tough play for a wide receiver.
Dan Titchener to punt. Only his 2nd punt of the night. Leotis McKelvin back at his own 30. Low kick. Bounces. McKelvin tried to scoop it up. Loses the ball. The Huskers have it. At the 25. McKelvin ill-advised. Once that bounce, he should have got out of the way. Got a finger on it. Nebraska comes out of there with a football.
Not a play that's advised by a coach on a punt return. Once it's rolling in front of you and there's defenders around, don't even try to pick it up. He's trying to make a play for his team, but once he grabs it, there's Rigoni to hit him. Looks like Brian Wilson's there to recover the fumble.
Husker special teams have made a couple of nice plays tonight. And so Nebraska will take over at the Troy 25, up 42-0 early fourth quarter.
See if the second team offense can somehow find a way to get it in the end zone here. Haven't been too efficient on the offensive side since the backups have come in.
Hand off to Jackson. Scoots to the outside. Can he get the corner? Brandon Condren says no. Brings him down after a gain of about 2. Talked about the couple of goof-ups by Troy. And let's take a look at both of the fumbles here in the second half.
You have to be flawless when you go on the road to an environment like this. And a bad snap on a punt. They actually get away with getting a first down on that one. But here another fumble on a punt. And then this last turnover, McKelvin tries to return the punt, and there's Nebraska. So you just cannot make those mistakes. They were outmatched tonight, no doubt about that. Those penalties and turnovers didn't make it 42-0, but definitely didn't help the cause of Larry Blakeney and his staff and his team.
2nd and 8. Gans over the middle, incomplete, trying to hit Todd Peterson. It'll be 3rd down for Nebraska.
For number 17, Todd Peterson, incomplete. Number 15,
really breezy night here in Lincoln. All touchdowns so far for Nebraska's offense. So Gans would like to get it in the end zone one more time.
Been off the mark just a little bit. He has been hurried. That front 4 of Troy, along with a couple of blitzes, have gotten Gans to get rid of it a little quicker than he wanted to.
There's a look at the wind whipping the Husker flag. But again, I don't know that it's had a huge impact on the game, either the passing game, as we have a timeout by Nebraska, their 2nd timeout of this second half. 42-0 Huskers. They're faced with a 3rd and 8. We're back to show you that. You continue to watch college football on FSN. Welcome back to Lincoln. 42-0 Huskers with the lead. 13:53 left in the game. Nebraska's faced with a 3rd and 8 here at the Troy 23. Joe Gans in for Zach Taylor here. Came in late in the 3rd quarter. Back to throw is Gans. Steps up, throws. Incomplete. Flag comes out. It's going to be interference. Trying to hit Todd Peterson and over the top.
Like Tavares Williams, I think, hit him first, Greg. And I don't know if that was even going to be a catchable ball. Looked like it might have been over his head. Hard to tell from this angle.
Pass interference, number 28, defense, 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Would have been close, and good job by Gans to step up into the pocket. The pocket started to collapse a little bit. Joey stepped up, delivered the ball. Might have been a touchdown. There is going to be a penalty, so a 1st and 10 for Nebraska.
Yeah, it was Condren, who's played so well tonight, got there just a little early on the bump. So the Huskers have it. 1st and goal. Gans throws to the corner. Pass is incomplete. Popped away at the last second.
Looking for Menelik Holt down in the corner of the end zone. A couple of wide receivers down there for Nebraska. Purify also down there. Looks like maybe Holt should have gone up after this one. Gans put it in a pretty good spot.
Boy, that was a really good pass by Joe Gans. And you can see Zach Taylor trying to root that one into the mitts of Holt. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Back to the ground game maybe here. Try to pound it at Troy a little bit more.
Jackson cuts back to the goal line. Touchdown.
Sure enough, right off tackle. Big push from the offensive line of Nebraska. Fullback led the way.
Jackson scoring for the
Nice
Huskers.
cut by Brandon Jackson. He's been through some injuries here at Nebraska too. Nice to see him get into the end zone. One little cut and right up through the middle.
The cheering section of the starters rooting on. Brandon Jackson, 2nd touchdown of the year, his 8th career touchdown. Gives the Huskers a 48-point. Point after is up and through. 49-0 Huskers with the lead. They take advantage of another mistake by the Troy Trojans. Nebraska continues to pile it on Troy tonight here in Lincoln. 49-0 NU. No reason for Brandon Jackson to hang his head. He just got in the end zone. Huskers up 49-0. It's another Husker back. We talked at the open about the 4-back system. 3 of them have had good nights so far for Bill Callahan's club. And look at that. The total offense in this game. Nebraska nearing the 500-yard mark.
And really, they have had short fields on turnovers from Troy in the third quarter and early in the fourth quarter, so they haven't had to gain a lot of offense here in the second half. They had over 400 yards in the first half, so it really hasn't been a lot of total yards here in the second half for Nebraska, but they've had short fields to work with, which has built that lead up from 28-0 to 49, now to 0 for Troy.
Husker kickoff, another squibber, picked up by Troy. It's Cattouse trying to go to the far side of the field. He'll make the corner to the 40 and up to the 45-yard line as Kenny Cattouse scoots around that corner. 33-yard kick return. Some of the games are done for today. Some are still underway. Let's take a look at the updated Big 12 standings after the afternoon finals. We'll look at the North first. Missouri undefeated at 4-0 after beating the Ohio Bobcats today. K-State handed their first loss this afternoon by Louisville. KU in a tight one tonight with South Florida. Iowa State is 2-2. They've played pretty good teams already.
Yeah, they have, and the conference games are really the only ones that matter when it comes to winning the North and South divisions. So some of those records can be thrown out. Not a lot of conference games have been played so far. Texas and Iowa State played a conference game today. But anything outside of the league doesn't matter when it comes to winning your half of the division.
Julian Foster in at quarterback has the ball swatted out of bounds by Sue, who came up and knocked it loose. It'll be a loss of about 12 yards on the play. Now in the South, some of the big boys have had early losses, but Oklahoma State has played very well. They're playing at Houston tonight. A&M also undefeated, but they have not played the kind of competition that Texas and Oklahoma did. The Sooners lose that controversial game to Oregon, and Texas gets beat by a really talented Ohio State team, and Tech gets tripped up last week by a really good Texas Christian squad.
Of course, the Oklahoma debacle last weekend has been talked about so much this week out in Oregon, and unfortunate for Oklahoma.
And how about the Pac-10, Matt, is going to suspend that crew for a game, but they're working tonight. USC against Arizona, coached by Mike Stoops. That just seems wrong.
A little bit odd, and Bob Stoops has been so outspoken all week long, and he's an emotional guy, an emotional coach. He's a player's coach. He sticks up for his guys, and he felt like they should have won that game. And a lot of people have said, well, they never used to have replay, and it used to be just officials would make mistakes and it all evens out in the end. Well, the point of that is that now we do have replay. That's why we have replay.
Absolutely.
And they should have got it right. That's the bottom line. They got it wrong. And I know, Gordon Reese, who's the booth official for the replay, said he didn't see the play very well. Only had one angle of it or something like this, but it was obviously touched before the 10-yard mark on the onside kick, and it should have been Oklahoma's football. They recovered it anyway.
They recovered the ball. I mean, that's the bottom line. They came out of the pile with the football. I don't know how in the world it got handed over to Oregon as Troy punts it away. Not a very good kick. Huskers will take over in their 32nd. Let's bring in Dan McLaughlin down on the sideline.
Well, guys, you're talking a little bit about what's happening within the Big 12. Let's take a look at what's happening for this Huskers team upcoming. Now, next weekend they have got Kansas. 40-15 was the final last year. The revenge is on their mind. Then after that, Iowa State. It was 2 overtimes in Lincoln last year, so that was a very good game. Kansas State, new head coach. We'll see what the Wildcats can bring. Then you've got the defending national champions, and now the Huskers have not seen them for 2 years. Chris Sims, as a matter of fact, was the quarterback at the time, the last time that they saw him. Oklahoma State, then Missouri. Missouri's played very well, as you mentioned, Greg, as they're undefeated thus far. Then A&M and Colorado almost pulling off the upset of the day. So the schedule doesn't get any easier with Big 12 play. As we all know, it's one of the best conferences in the country, but I'm sure with the score 49-0, you're starting to think a little bit about the Jayhawks next weekend.
No doubt. I mean, this puts the cap on the non-con for almost everybody in the league, and then it'll be 8 straight weeks of Big 12 battles, and there are some dandies coming up for the Huskers.
Well, all those games are winnable games. You look at Texas coming into Nebraska. Obviously, that's going to be a tough one. All of them are tough games, but the main thing is there aren't any games that you can really overlook. It used to be you could look at a schedule and say, okay, there's 7, 8 wins, and we really have to play well in these 3 or 4 and hopefully pull those out. Well, not anymore. I mean, the parity in college football and in this conference, everyone has become so close, and anybody can beat anybody on a certain Saturday. So,
well, look at Colorado today with Georgia. Who would have thought that game would have come down to the last minute?
14-13. No one saw that coming from Colorado. Somehow they reached down deep and probably should have won that game. to lead the entire game and give up 2 late touchdowns to lose.
Huskers have 3rd and 1 here after a couple of Kenny Wilson carries.
That's where coaching becomes so important, getting your guys up every week.
And that's hard to do as a
It
football
is,
player.
and you know, you're working with 19, 20, 21-year-old kids, college kids nonetheless, that, you know, have other things on their mind, and school, and trying to have a good time and all those things, and for a coach to really have the reins on his players and get them to work hard for him, and at the same time get them prepared every Saturday. And not an easy job for Bill Callahan or anyone else in the country. And maybe Georgia looked past Colorado just a little bit today, and it just about bit them.
Sure they did. You know, I think the one thing that gets you through weeks you don't bring your A game is if you have a solid defense. And I think the Huskers probably have the best defense in the North, which could really get them through some of those weeks where maybe they're not clicking quite right on the offensive side of the ball.
I'll tell you the game that scares me right now, and that's Missouri.
Kenny Wilson with a blast off the right side for about 11 yards. As the Huskers chew up some ground and some clock here in the 4th quarter, they lead 49-0.
See that big burst from Wilson they saw from him at Butler Community College last year. He sees that hole, whoop, right through there, gets into the secondary, gets a couple yards after contact. He's a mean runner of the football.
1st and 10, Nebraska now to Troy 44. And off again to Wilson. Slams into Franklin Lloyd, one of the big defensive tackles for Troy. You know, I'm with you on Missouri. A lot of people thought, all right, Brad Smith gone, so go the Tigers. Chase Daniels might be a better fit for what Gary Pinkel's trying to do than Brad Smith was.
I think Gary Pinkel tried at times. Everybody knew how talented of a player Brad Smith was. Get him the ball, let him run it, let him throw it, all these things. Well, you kind of get out of that offensive mentality that maybe Gary Pinkel has. And so with Chase Daniel, they call what they want to call. He's able to do all the things they want him to do. He can still run the football, but he's a smart quarterback. He can throw it. Unbelievable stats coming out of high school in Texas. And, you know, they're just a team that I see could really make some noise in the Big 12 North this season.
Kenny Wilson running hard here in the 4th quarter. Another Husker first down. The 21st first down of the night for Nebraska. 13-yard pickup for Wilson, which gets him to 88 yards in the game. Huskers would love to get 2 guys over 100 tonight. Marlon Lucky already there at 156 yards in this game.
Big offensive line, backup offensive line for Nebraska, still knocking people around on the line of scrimmage. Kenny Wilson getting some valuable playing time and a lot of touches here. He's going to get a lot of totes when they get to conference play. They want to make sure he's ready to go for the speed of the game and able to really carry the load when Marlon Lucky needs a break. It seems like these 2 guys are really the guys that are emerging on the, especially 1st and 2nd down, and Brandon Jackson seems to be the 3rd down guy.
Here we talked about these 4 at the open. Cody Glenn not with a carry yet tonight, but Lucky's a big night. Kenny Wilson approaching 100. Brandon Jackson's got a touchdown run.
And, you know, there was a lot of questions this week of where was Cody Glenn last week against USC. Maybe a guy that could have pounded it at him a little bit more with that big body. Well, you know, maybe there is starting to be a signal right now that Cody Glenn might be out of the mix a little bit. A lot of people saw him as maybe going to be the starter this season. Marlon Lucky has emerged as the #1 back, and of course Brandon Jackson and Kenny Wilson, the other 2 guys, and Cody Glenn standing there next to Marlon Lucky, number 34. He just hasn't been in the game the last 2 weeks, so you wonder maybe why that is.
Matt Sensky with another catch that time. The 2nd grab of the night. Timeout call. This one may be taken by Troy, as Nebraska wearing down this Trojan defense. And Troy does burn a timeout with 8:03 to go in the game. Nebraska driving, trying to get over the 50-point barrier. You know, the Huskers' last home game, they cracked 50 when they beat Nicholls State. Trying to do it again tonight against Troy. And again, I don't know that anybody saw a 50-point night coming to Nebraska against Troy. Marlon Lucky, big night for him. 10 carries, 156 yards, and 3 touchdowns. A new career high for Marlon in this game.
You really got to see every part of Marlon Lucky's game tonight, Greg. You saw the bounce to the outside and getting up the sideline with that great speed. You saw the burst up the middle, the nice cut. Gets his 2nd touchdown of the night. And then you see another cut back up the middle. And Marlon Lucky with his biggest night as a Husker, and hopefully the first of many big nights for Marlon Lucky with the N on his helmet. A lot of Nebraska fans been looking forward to seeing this out of him for 2 years since he was recruited out of high school. We pulled him out of Hollywood, California. And Marlon Lucky finds himself in Lincoln, Nebraska, and finally on the national scene as a big-time back.
Well, and that's the MO he brought with him, and that's what Nebraska fans were hoping to see from him. And sometimes it takes a little while for some maturity for backs to kind of feel their way, because it's a totally different game than high school football.
I'll tell you what, when you come from high school football to college, you've never really been hit. You know, you've never really had that physicalness that college football brings. Most of the time when Marlon Lucky was in high school, he was bigger, stronger, faster than everybody on the defense, besides maybe the defensive lineman. He was bigger than a lot of linebackers he'd see. Definitely bigger and faster than the secondary. That once he got into the secondary, well, you get to college, you know what? The speed of the game is different. You get hit a few times. I think it took him last year to really understand the physicalness of the game, being able to run between the tackles. He proved to the coaching staff he could do that in the spring and in fall camp, and that's why he finds himself #1 at Nebraska at the running back position right now.
1st and 10 from the 12. Wilson off the right side. Gets a couple down to the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Kenny Wilson now with 96 yards rushing in the ball game. Nebraska 49, Troy nothing. Final non-conference game of the year for Nebraska. One of the things I asked Bill Callahan yesterday as we were sitting down to chat, did you learn something about your football team last week? Because sometimes you maybe learn more about a team when they don't come up on the winning end of a score. He said, absolutely. I learned we're a tough football team. There's a crack back there for Kenny Wilson for only about a yard. It'll be 3rd down from the 8.
There's really nowhere to go for Kenny Wilson.
Brought down the play by number 93, Marcus Pittman.
Not insinuating that you like to lose, but sometimes you'll see what kind of character you have in the team after a loss.
Absolutely. You learn a lot from a team. You see the way they carry themselves after a game in the locker room, on the flight home. You know, the airplane ride home needs to be very quiet after a loss. And it definitely was on the way back from California. This team understood that they went out there and they understand what it takes to beat a team like USC. And at that night, they weren't ready for that level of football.
Kenny Wilson finds pay dirt. That's his 2nd touchdown of the night for Nebraska. And the Huskers have cracked the 50-point barrier for the 2nd time this season.
And on this play, you see that burst from Kenny Wilson. He finishes this run, bounce to the outside, see the gap right up the middle, contact, and into the end zone for the touchdown.
So the Huskers stick another one in the end zone here in the 4th quarter. Tack on one more point and lead it 56-0. And with that carry, Kenny Wilson becomes the 2nd Husker back of the night to get over 100 yards and his 2nd touchdown. Well, the Huskers in command here, 56-0. Let's let you hear some of the sights and sounds of a college football night here in Lincoln.
TV provider. Kicking off the Huskers, number 37, Jake.
You're absolutely right, Matt. This is a football night. A little chill in the air. You put that sweater on. I love it.
Oh, this is football weather, and the Nebraska fans who always come out and have every game since 1962. You knew they were going to fill this place and watch this game, always supporting the Huskers, and they got to see a dominating performance out of their team. Nebraska football players carry the responsibility of making sure it's a nice weekend for Husker fans over a Saturday and Sunday, and they kind of determine whether it was a good weekend or not. And this was a good weekend for Nebraska fans, and they got to see a nice performance out of their team.
A lot has been talked about in college football about the new timing rules and speeding up the game. Here's a look at the Husker times so far this year. 2 games over 3 hours. La Tech USC, the Nicholls State game. And Nicholls State ran the football like the entire game. So and tonight we're clipping along at a pretty good rate here as well. Your thoughts about the new timing rules?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there may be some tweaking of it again at the end of this year. I don't know. They may like to see, the games be quicker like they are now. The only problem I may have with it is in the last, the end of the halves and that sort of thing. If you're out of timeouts and there's a change of possession and they have to start the clock, you better be over the top of the football and ready to call a play or make a play or down the football, because they run the clock a lot more now than they have in the past, and they wanted to speed the game up a little bit.
And I think that's okay. I don't mind the rules as Cornelius Williams get to catch that time from Julian Foster. I agree with you. And whether that time is the final 2 minutes of each half or the final 5 minutes each half, I can go either way, but maybe revert back to the prior rules for the final 2 to 5 minutes of the half. I think the rest of it's been fine. I think there's a better flow and pace to a lot of these games.
Sure. If you're down at the end of the game and you get the ball, you receive the ball after going down by 3 points, and there's only under a minute left, and your guy gets tackled on the kickoff return, they're starting the clock.
Yeah.
And they're starting the clock when the ball was kicked off, not when the guy catches the ball to return the kickoff. So there's valuable seconds there that if you're the trailing team, you definitely don't want to see run off the clock.
Julian Foster did not get enough for a first down. So it will be 4th down for Troy. And the crowd, and I'm sure that sideline for the Huskers, they want that shutout. You get this close to it, you don't want a point to be put on the board against you this deep into the game.
Oh, you can bet the starting defense over there on the sidelines is definitely telling these guys to get ready on the defensive side when they're on defense. They don't want to give up any points. See if Nebraska can now get the ball back and even run the clock out.
Wright with a kick. Fair catch called for at the Nebraska 42-yard line. As Swift makes the catch there. Mentioned that Wilson and Lucky both over 100. It's the first time in the Bill Callahan area there's been 2 Husker backs over 100 yards.
Well, it's good to see, and it happened to 2 good guys. And big tribute to that offensive line tonight. They knew they had the weight advantage against Troy, but they knew there was an athletic front 7 and secondary for Troy. So, they had to come out and get it done. Bottom line, and especially on the edges, the pursuit that Troy was able to bring to the table tonight with that speed on defense. And Nebraska went out and got it done tonight. So, Kenny Wilson and Marlon Lucky rack up a bunch of yards, but a lot of guys made some big-time blocks to get them open in the open field.
Brandon Jackson sheds a tackler, gets about 7 yards as Bo Davis into quarterback the Huskers now, the 3rd-string quarterback. So a lot of guys getting some experience on the field, and that's one of the benefits of the non-conference. Is you get a game where you can get a cushion, you can play some of your 2s and 3s and get some valuable experience for guys.
Sure can. Bo Davis, I don't think has been in a game for a couple of years here. So for him to get out there is nice, and for him and his family and all the hard work he puts in. All these guys practice all the time, in the offseason. They go through the same workouts, the same lifting and running and everything that is part of being a college football player. All those guys do that stuff, and so it's nice when they get some time.
There's Brandon Jackson busting loose, finally brought down to the 24-yard line, a 26-yard pickup for Jackson. And the Huskers on the march again with inside of 4 left.
And if Brandon Jackson is the 3rd-string running back on this team, how many teams would love to have a 3rd-string back like this? Look at the bounce to the outside, the burst. Boy, for a 3rd-string back, if that's what he is, man.
Got some depth.
Cody Glenn hasn't even played tonight.
And the Huskers, that's the position. We talked about some real depth on this team. It would be linebacking core, running backs, or maybe the deepest parts of this team. Whistle blows. We've got a delay a game called on Nebraska, and learning experience for the young quarterback.
Bo says, I don't know, maybe it wasn't Bo's fault. He doesn't get the play in. They say delay a game on number 15. They call him out over the loudspeaker.
Well, Bo knows.
Bo knows. Maybe coach didn't get him the play in time. Come on. I don't know if they ought to call his number out.
Bo knows. I haven't even thought of that for years.
It's been a while, yes.
First and 15 for Nebraska at the 29 of Troy. And off to Jackson off the right side. Bumps to the outside. Got a hold. 20. Out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. A pickup of 12 more for Brandon Jackson.
Took someone out on the sidelines over there.
Oh, somebody got rolled.
Cameraman, I think, taking a shot at the end of that play.
Sure did.
Brings up second down, 3 yards to go. 17-yard.
Gotta get out of the way when you're over there on the sideline. Yeah. Well, Dan hasn't had any close calls tonight, I don't think.
I don't think he has down there on the sidelines, but
you know, he's a baseball guy. He's always used to ducking out of those line drives and
foul balls back at the screen.
Yeah, bailing out. It'll be second down and 3 for the Huskers. Inside of 3 minutes left in this game. Jackson, the outside, sheds a tackler, leans forward, has a first down for Nebraska at the 13.
Brandon Jackson, the ball carrier. Brought down to the play by number 28.
There will be a lot of smiles in that locker room after this game, and rightfully so. The defense will feel great about their performance. The offense with a lot of spectacular plays in this game. The special teams have made plays. A lot of guys played. I bet the tempo at practice on Monday will be pretty good.
Yeah, they're going to feel pretty good about this win, I think. And we talked at the beginning of this half about really finishing off the ball game and making sure you take momentum into the next week's practice. They've done that, I think, especially if they stick this one in. And I can tell you, Brandon Jackson's a guy that his teammates would like to see get a touchdown. Looks like another delay again.
Huskers, I think, have called the timeout before the delay. No, they didn't get it called, so they'll back them up 5 yards. Matt, the Huskers now have 599 yards of offense. That's the most for a Bill Callahan coached Husker team tonight. That's been very, very impressive.
It sure has. It's been on the ground and through the air. You know, Zach Taylor was pulled out of this game halfway through the third quarter. Who knows how many yards they could have thrown for tonight. But nice to see Zach get back on track a little bit. He only threw it 17 times, so not like he put it up a whole bunch, but was able to get up in the 270-yard range.
And off to Jackson. Hit and knocked down. No gain in the play. Clock will continue to run here inside the 2-minute mark of this game. Next week it's Kansas here. That'll be on FSN. 6 o'clock kick. It'll be the third straight night game. Did you enjoy night games when you played?
Yeah, night games are a lot of fun. The only bad thing about it is sitting around the hotel all day. But you know what? You get to watch a little college game day and watch some film and sit around the hotel with your buddies and think about the game, watch some other football games. And you know, I always like the nighttime atmosphere, but it was me.
Second and 14. Yeah, the negative would be is you're laying all day. You kind of like to maybe get up and get going. But I agree with you. I think the chance to kind of sit back and watch some other things going on around the country is kind of fun. Be a fan for a while.
That's right. And for fans, I think they enjoy it. Able to tailgate all day, grill out, do whatever it is that they do for a game, and come to the stadium and under the lights and the screens and everything that this game day experience is about here in Lincoln. You know, it's kind of nice for the fans too, I think.
Third down, final minute of the game. The Huskers may be in kneel down mode here. Those that are left they want more.
They wanted the 600 yards of offense stuck at 199, and with the kneel down, probably 198.
Bill Callahan has to be extremely pleased with his football team. And again, it was talked about the bounce back part of things. And I think Nebraska answered that and how tonight. And I go back to that first drive. Terrific drive. Good mixture of run, pass throughout the game. Stick it in there, get up 7-0, and kind of knock the legs out of a Troy team who might have been smelling upset again for the third straight week. And that wasn't going to happen in Lincoln.
Well, sure. I think Troy came in here with some confidence. They knew that they could play with a team like Nebraska. Maybe 3 weeks straight on the road at big-time opponents wore them down a little bit. But I think before the game started, you asked Troy, they think they have a pretty good shot. Well, Coach Larry Blakeney talked about it at halftime. Nebraska came out, punched them in the mouth in the first quarter, and really took them out of the game, took the physicalness out of the game for Troy, and really put Nebraska ahead, and they stayed there.
56-0, the final score for Nebraska. They finished the non-conference at 3-1. Get ready for league play next week against Kansas. Jayhawks leading 13-7 on South Florida with about 3 minutes to go in that game in Lawrence. So they're trying to hang on for a victory, which would put them at 3-1 as well. Coming in here to Lincoln next Saturday night. So a lot of positives out of this game. 2 rushers over 100 yards. Zach Taylor 14 of 17 for 268. A lot of guys involved offensively. A lot of different guys made catches in this game tonight, as 7 different Huskers had catches in this contest. A lot to like in the film room this week.
Spread the wealth. Got a lot of stats up there for Zach Taylor and Joe Gans, obviously. And even Bo Davis got into the game tonight at quarterback for Nebraska. You look at the running back position, and you know the 3 guys that seemed to have emerged right now. Marlon Lucky had the least amount of carries out of those 3 guys and had 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. So a nice night for the running game. The receiving game, Terrence Nunn, a big night, 4 for 102. Nate Swift, 3 for 79. And then you look at that defense and that front 4. I think you give a lot of credit to them. They got some criticism this week for not getting pressure on John David Booty last week at Southern California, and they came out Hagabook, and so give the front 4 and the offensive line, each side of the ball for Nebraska, a lot of credit tonight.
Troy only 140 yards of offense in this game to the Huskers, who ended at 597. So that kneel down cost them another yard or 2 at the end of the game. But yeah, the defense, 140 yards to a Troy offense that had been able to move the ball against Florida State and against Georgia Tech, but not tonight against the black shirt defense of Nebraska. 56-0 the final score. Let's send it down to Dan, who's with the head Husker.
All right, Greg, thanks. 56-0, Coach, coming off the loss at USC, and your kids respond, obviously, this weekend.
Well, I thought so. It just shows the maturity of this team, to come back and practice hard and refocus and get back on track again.
So much was made of the offense a week ago. Your club puts up 597 total yards. You got to be happy with that.
Well, we are. We got a long ways to go yet. There's plenty of error on that film that you'll see tomorrow, that we'll see anyhow, that will need to be corrected. But I'm really proud of their effort tonight.
You starting to think of Kansas?
Absolutely.
See you next week.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. Greg, back to you.
All right, thank you, Dan. 56-0 the final score. The Huskers get it done tonight in Lincoln. Zach Taylor, a big night as well, as he was able to engineer the Huskers to a lot of offensive effort, and I think the balance was really good tonight for Nebraska.
Well, that's really been the story of the night. When you look at this offense, they were able to run the ball, they were able to pass the ball. Zach Taylor was able to get back on track through the air. USC had a great defense, let's just say that. They come in tonight against a Troy defense that's very talented, athletic. They dominated both sides of the line of scrimmage. They were able to do whatever they wanted offensively, and this defense gained some confidence tonight, too.
Speaking of Zach Taylor, let's take it down to Dan, who's with him.
All right, the offense, the big story tonight, nearly 600 yards total offense. This must have been fun for you guys.
Yeah, it was great. The defense was getting us the ball back, and we were hitting on all cylinders. We made some mistakes that we got to clean up, but I think this was a good performance for conference play.
And then coming off the USC loss, it was a balance attack, too, tonight.
Yeah, it was nice to see us bounce back. It's tough to know how you're going to respond after loss, and we responded well, so you got to be happy with that.
Looking ahead now to Kansas, 40-15 was the final, and you guys took the loss a year ago, and I'm sure that's fresh in your minds.
It was a tough loss, but we rebounded from that loss, and that's what made us a great team. So we're good up, and we're ready to play them.
What was it like practicing this week and getting ready for this game, coming off such an emotional game a weekend ago?
It was tough, but I think we saw what our team was made of, and we knew we would bounce back and play well, and we knew we had a good team.
Full year now under your belt with this offense and coming into a game like tonight, looking at the first couple of games of this year, how much more fun is this for you to perform offensively?
It's exciting when we can put up points on the board and put up a lot of yards, but all this is behind us, and really conference is the only thing that matters.
Good luck next week.
Thanks.
That's Zach Taylor. Big day for the offense. He was outstanding. 56 points put up by the offense of the Cornhuskers. Greg?
No doubt, Dan. And Matt, I don't think you could have scripted it better for the Huskers to come off last week's game and now get ready for Big 12 play. What happened here tonight was a huge positive.
Well, if you're a Nebraska fan, a coach, a player, you have to feel really comfortable with Zach Taylor leading this team. You heard that interview. That's how he is all the time. He's a great leader. And going into conference play, a big momentum boost, I think. Kansas comes in here next week. I think Nebraska's going to feel pretty good about their chances up here in Lincoln.
No doubt. I enjoyed it. You have fun?
It was a lot of fun. Hope everyone enjoyed it out there.
56-0. The Huskers get it done tonight over Troy. They improved to 3-1 on the season and now get ready for Big 12 play. And My thanks to director Jamie Burns, to producer Mark Holsey, to Dan McLaughlin down on our sideline, to Matt Davison, and into our entire Fox broadcast crew. Greg Sharp saying goodnight from Lincoln, where again our final score was Nebraska 56, Troy nothing. Enjoy the rest of your night.